Good evening and welcome to another night of BC football here on WatchBCSports.com. We are at home here in Memorial Stadium where tonight the Cadets take on the New Hampstead Phoenix and open up region play after an off week. I'm Kevin Thomas. Alongside me, Stevie Powers, great Benedictine quarterback here as the Cadets continue their march towards a third straight state championship. And Stevie, this is however, I don't know how Coach Britt phrased it. He kind of says, hey, it's just the next game, but this is the region schedule now where obviously it sets you up for the road to come.
Yeah, no, it's obviously coming off of an off week. You look to come out early and punch them in the mouth, especially coming into region play. So, we had a very strong front half of the season, and then I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but it's kind of nice having a break right there, smack in the middle. But to come back out on a beautiful night, a lot of fans here for homecoming, so it should be a good opportunity for our guys to show what we got.
It is a homecoming night here for Benedictine. That's a great crowd. I know homecoming week, always a lot of stuff that goes on during the week. This week has been filled with a lot of things. Good. Some somberness. As a week ago, Coach Charlie Jung passed away. They honored him a little bit before the game and made us synonymous with Savannah. Played at Savannah High, firefighter for Savannah Chatham County for a number of years, and then at Benedictine for the last 15-plus years up until last Friday.
Yeah, tough loss for the Benedictine community for sure. I admired Coach Young. I have a lot of great stories that I've shared with some folks over the past week. So a lot of people, are obviously hurting, praying for him and his family. But an incredible person and very thankful to have been a part of his life.
I know he'll be missed on that sideline tonight and on the field. Stevie, obviously a region game, but a chance for some other storylines. Wilkes Albert, who's one of the captains tonight, needs 8 tackles to become the all-time BC leading career tackler, passing True Self Cooper. So he has been a tackling machine ever since he got playing time as a freshman, and that continues, obviously.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to play with True Self, and just what an incredible player he was, and I think it says a lot about Wilkes too. There's been a lot of really, really good linebackers to come through this place, and for Wilkes to have that opportunity tonight in front of our home crowd, at home on homecoming, I know he's amped up for it, and hopefully can get it done at home.
And I think just given his Friday nights, it's not a matter of if he's going to do it; it's just when. But he averages about 9 or 10 tackles a ball game, so it should come tonight here against New Hampstead. New Hampstead will take the ball first. To get this thing started. They won the toss, going to take the ball first. They are decked out in all white pants, white tops with the maroon numbers, maroon helmets. I think if you see them standing next to each other, pretty close shade to what BC's wearing, and they've got an outlined NH on the helmet. BC in all maroon tonight with the white letters and numbers, of course, the maroon hats on the top, that traditional BC look, if you will.
Oh, yeah. Love the all maroon. The gray is the sharpest for me. I love the all gray, but classic maroon never fails.
And so we're waiting for the Cadets, and here come the Cadets onto the field in front of this homecoming crowd. And again, we're just moments away from getting region play underway. Cadets come in at 5-0. New Hampstead 2-2 on the season. To this point, their last time out, lost a game in overtime to Richmond Hill. So a tough one there for the Phoenix. And now they jump right into region play against Benedictine. So we'll see the Cadets on defense first. As we get underway, a reminder, home games, no video on the home games per the request of Benedictine. So we'll have the audio for you here tonight as we get underway. It'll be Connor Ferguson to tee it up, and we will get ready to go. Do you feel now, Stevie, when you get into region play, like this is, especially if you're a senior, like this is when the home stretch continues, like, all right, this is it. We can't mess around now.
Yeah, no, this season's flying by for me, and for these guys, for these seniors, they're counting down the weeks for sure. And obviously they've had an incredible 4 years, and I know that their goal is to top it off with another good one.
So region play getting started here. New Hampstead's got 3 deep safeties. Jalen Hampton, number 21, Kamari Maxwell, and looks like number 5, Malachi Lonan back there, I believe, on the far side. As Connor Ferguson set to get us going. BC going to kick it from right to left or towards the open end of Memorial Stadium. And here comes Ferguson. He'll drive one up the left hash. And as he has done so many times, way deep into the end zone, 1st and 10, it'll come out to the 20 for New Hampstead.
Love to see Wilkes make the first tackle of the game, right?
So the defense out there, Wilkes Albert, again at one of those linebacker spots, along with Larson Little. And a BC defense that has continued to play at a high level. Phoenix take the field. Behind their quarterback, Rayshon Truell, 6 foot, 210-pounder. And he'll put 4 wides out there, twins to either side. They got a big H-back off to the right. BC going to shift the 4-man front. And here's the snap. Truell looking, and I think somebody jumped early. False start against New Hampstead. I think that late defensive line shift kind of got him jumpy there.
Yeah, you see Georgia do it week in and week out on Saturdays. And anytime you're starting off the game, causing a false start just by simply shifting the D-line, get you off on the right start defensively.
That'll make it 1st and 15. Push it back to the 15 for the Phoenix. As we are just underway, no time is officially gone off here. Truell's going to now go empty set. They put a tight end up on the line. And twin receivers either side now checking back with Kyle Hockman. Make sure they got the right call. They're going to give him a back. Yes, they're going to bring him back in there. Kamari Maxwell will come back. Now it's a pistol look for New Hampstead. They're still not lined up correctly. Now I think they got there. Here's the snap. And a little play action. Truell looking, a little throwback is caught by the tight end out to the 25-yard line, pushed out of bounds by number 3, Bryce Baker. That was number 88, Nate Pearson, and that was just a little bootleg throwback, Stevie, to get things going.
Yeah, a little play action there to the right, rolling back out to his left, and found his guy out there in the flat pretty open. Pretty good gain on 1st and 15.
So it'll make it 2nd down. We'll call it 4 from the 26-yard line. Get him a gain of 11. Phoenix will stay in the pistol look. And here's the snap. Truell, they're going to run the stretch play off the left side, and turning the corner for maybe 2 goes Kamari Maxwell. We've seen Peyton Manning run that stretch play 100 gajillion times, and that's kind of what that was.
Yeah, absolutely. Just talking to the coaches in the pregame, I mean, they're super big up front. They got some really athletic players, so just got to do a good job at getting off the field early here, getting the ball back in our offense hands.
So that's enough. They're going to say he got forward to the 1st down at the 30-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for New Hampstead. I didn't think he quite made it that far, but they'll mark him up to the 30, so 1st and 10 for the Phoenix. They'll stay in that same formation. Now they'll motion the running back out. They'll just throw the little flare route. It is caught, and a missed tackle. That's going to be a hold out there on New Hampstead. Somebody had a whole piece of Marquis Williams out there trying to make that tackle. So this will come back. And Danny Britt saying back him up. So two steps forward, 2 steps back here for the Phoenix. It looks like early here, Stevie, at least the early strategy is to get the cadets to run sideline to sideline here.
Yeah, trying to stretch us out. I mean, I think they've seen teams early on in the season spreading us out and then taking shots over the middle. Probably see the same thing here from the Phoenix.
They'll flip the formation here, twins to the top side. Running back to the left of Truell. Take the snap, looks near side, going to be caught out by the 30. Makes a man miss, 35, 40, and brought down. There's one of those tackles. Wilkes Albert will drop him at the 47, but not before Jalen Hampton gets a 1st down. So that means Wilkes needs 6 more to tie the all-time tackling record and 7 more to break it. And just a missed tackle out there in the flat and allows him to get a 1st down. Out to the Phoenix 47. First and 10. Truell barks out the signals. 4-man front for BC. Truell will roll to his left. Looking, winds up, throws, and has a man caught and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. No, they're going to say he didn't hang on or he stepped out. And they're just looking for a hole in that zone there on BC.
Yeah, really good pass. Right-handed quarterback rolling out to his left. Just couldn't hang on over there on the sidelines.
There's 2nd down and 10 from the Phoenix 47, just underway. Not quite 2 minutes gone here from Memorial Stadium. Great crowd for homecoming. A little late getting in from the parking lot. As Stevie was telling me, it was a party going on out there in the tailgate area. as it always is. Here's the snap on second down, trying to bounce it off the left or the right side, and nothing doing. Whole host of guys there, including Cam Cody.
Yeah, been very fortunate to play a lot of high school football games all over the state of Georgia and even be a part of the games, being able to watch some and this and that. But there's no better atmosphere than Memorial Stadium and the parking lot prior to the game, especially on homecoming, just the fans getting here early and being in the seats when the game starts.
3rd down and 10. Big play early here for this BC defense. Twin receivers up top. Here's Truwell by himself. Takes a drop, looking, going to step up in the pocket, throws, has a man right at the sticks. It's caught in a first down. Brought down by Wilkes Albert. And I think Rashawn Matthews, but that's enough for a first down. And again, just sitting down in that zone, Stevie, and got enough for the first down.
Yeah, he's going to number 2 pretty early here, and obviously running some really sharp routes and finding those spots in the zone.
So 1st and 10 from the BC 40. 9-10 and counting here in the first. Truwell from a shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking, quick release, throws it over the middle, in and out of the hands. And again, he was looking for number 5, Malachi Lonan, running a slant. He was going to drop it right between 4 defenders there.
Yeah, he had him over the middle. Truwell throwing some really good balls here early in the game. Couple drop balls for him.
He looks like a big-bodied quarterback.
For sure.
6 foot, 210 pounds.
Wearing that number 7, too.
Yeah. And what do we have? Offsides on New Hampstead. So that'll back them up 5 yards. I think it was on the near side receiver. And he's looking at and now another flag comes out. I'm not sure what that one is about half an hour late.
Well, I think the second flag is going to be on the coach over there, giving the referee an ear hole.
Kyle Hockman might have said a little too much over there. Let's see what the official calls are. I think he's upset about, because normally your receiver, you check with the officials like, hey, I guess it's, hey, am I good? And so I think after he threw the flag, you saw Hampton turn to look at the official like, I just checked with you and you said I was good.
Yeah, that one's going to hurt.
Oh, they're going to get the unsportsmanlike on Kyle Hockman. And so that makes it 2nd and 10 to 2nd and 30. And you go from the BC 40 all the way back to the New Hampstead 40. And that's a tough one. I know you're frustrated, but here early in the game, you just cost your team huge field position here.
Yeah, you can't make those mistakes early in the game, especially when your team's driving the ball like they have been.
That's a potential drive killer right there. Would have been 2nd and 15, not too terribly bad, but now it's 2nd and 30. So here's Truwell. He's got 4 wides. Twins either side here. BC looks like they're going to try to bring some pressure. Here's the snap. Truwell steps up, tries to elude, rolls to his left, has a man, and it is caught and intercepted on the far sideline, out of the hands and picked off. This is going to be Maxwell at the 30, 25, 20 at the right side, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Zach Maxwell. 65 yards on the interception return, and BC's on the board, 6-0.
What an incredible play by him. Truwell with another really, really good pass. Kind of gets knocked up by his own guy into the air, and we pick it off, take it to the house.
Zach Maxwell, right place, right time, takes it to the house, and now just like that, Connor Ferguson to tack on the point after.
That's the start you need right there.
And now what do we have? Timeout BC. Were they not prepared for the extra point? Danny Britt's hot and fuming. I don't think they had the right personnel. They're yelling for somebody to get out there on the kick team. And I think somebody's too late. Looks like they're going to run. Who is that? Stephen Cannon out there. I think they were wanting third Scroggins out there, and he was not ready to go in the ball game, and that was one of those
getting a little excited on the sideline celebrating with his team.
I was going to say, when things change that quickly, maybe you're not ready to go in on the kick team just like that. But
those are always hard. I remember my sophomore and my junior year as starting quarterback and was also holding the extra point attempt. So every time we scored, couldn't run off and celebrate. You have to get ready.
Here's the point after. It's up, and it is good. 8:43 to go, and it is 7-0 BC on a big interception return by Zach Maxwell. We're coming right back. Thanks for listening here on WatchBCSports.com.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah.
Welcome back here to Memorial Stadium. Big INT return for a touchdown by Zach Maxwell. But as you said, defensively, got some things to tighten up there, Stevie, as they're finding holes in the zone. They're just not making the catches.
Yeah, Truwell's doing a fantastic job getting the ball out on time to open receivers, but their guys just can't seem to hold on to the football.
So 7-0 BC. Offense is yet to take a snap. And here's Connor Ferguson to tee it up one more time.
Anytime you're up 7-0 in the first quarter and your offense hasn't even touched the ball yet, you're feeling pretty good.
So Ferguson right to left, going to give it a boot. He will drive it in there, and that'll touch about halfway back in the end zone. And again, I don't know the exact percentage. I was talking about this with Danny Britt earlier this week at the Danny Britt Show. He's got to be upper 80s, 90% on touchbacks here on the season.
Yeah, I mean, there's only been, I think, I can only remember really one that was even returnable. So just an incredible weapon to have on the special teams side of the game.
So the defense right back out there. And New Hampstead will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20 after a tough interception. Again, I don't think you blame that one on Truell. He put it in there. Receiver just didn't hang on. It popped right up into the arms of Zach Maxwell, who took it all the way to the house. So Phoenix right back at it. 8:43 to go here in the first. Here's the snap. Truell looking. He'll throw it. There's another man running wide open. It's caught out at the 42 by Kamari Maxwell, and he just got behind everybody. That looked like a busted coverage on the back end there.
Yeah, we were in a cover 2 there, and Truell, again, another really good ball, put it right on his shoulder pads in a cover 2, finding that zone.
So 1st and 10 all the way out to the 45 of New Hampstead. 25-yard hookup from Truell to Maxwell. And here's the snap. They'll throw it near side. It is caught. Makes a man miss out to the 49 and pushed out of bounds as Hampton. And now some extracurricular over the table. And that was Wilkes Albert shoving him out of bounds. And I think they're going to get Wilkes for a little extra as he toppled over a table here. And that's going to tack on 15 extra. And you hate to see that. Of course, that time, I don't know if you're watching pre-snap, Hampton was looking at the official, and he checked 5 times, like, am I good? Am I good?
Yeah.
I was like, you're going to get a flag just for being like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, part of it's a little, you don't want to take it too far, but at the same time, you don't want to have those penalties cost you early on in the game. So, obviously, that's going to be one of their main targets tonight. He's got to keep his head in the game.
So the personal foul against BC will push it down to the Cadet 35. 8:06 to go here in the first. BC leads at 7-0. 2 receivers up top out of a pistol. They've got Maxwell behind Truell there in the formation. Here's the snap. They'll run it near side, coming near side and filling the gap. Oh, what a hit. Wilkes Albert just met him in the hole and knocked him down at the 35. And I think Wilkes Albert wants to get the record in the first quarter here.
I think he does, yeah. He's all over the field. It's just such a physical player. You love watching him play.
And I'm sure you've played with a lot of guys like that where it's like they just know where to go to get the football.
Yeah, they had a nose for it. They're always there, and whether it's sideline to sideline or filling a gap up the middle, they're going to be there.
So it's 2nd down and 10. Call it no gain after they tried to stretch one here off the right side. Phoenix are still in that pistol look. And here's this whistle right at the snap, and we're a false start against New Hampstead. So back them up 5 yards. Didn't see who moved. But that'll push it back to the 40 and make it 2nd and 15.
A lot of yellow early in the game.
I'll say the Cadets have played fairly clean football most of the season.
Yeah, that's one thing that we've done a phenomenal job of is not shooting ourselves in the foot with the penalties, that's Danny Britt football, right? Just very disciplined. The Phoenix are taking a step forward and 2 back here.
So 2nd and 15 from the Cadet 40. Phoenix will stay in that pistol look. Here's the snap. Truell looking near side. He's going to wind up the near sideline. Maxwell, a coverage almost picked off. That was Antonio Hansen, man, coming from a safety spot, almost was able to come up with it. And Zach Maxwell is down, pointing towards his ankle. And he is not getting up. That would be a tough loss. Certainly the most experienced corner. I hope maybe that's just a cramp early. But he is pointing down towards that foot area. And you don't like to see that. And again, that was an area in the early season where the Cadets would say, hey, we are very thin at the secondary spot. Just Maxwell was the only guy with any real experience.
Yeah.
A couple of the other ones had played. Makai Williams had played sparingly here and there, but Zach Maxwell was that starting corner opposite Zaquan Bryant for much of the season last year. Or not Zaquan, excuse me. He is up and hobbling. And hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it's not something too serious. And they have helped him off here to the near side. He's still walking very gingerly. And I imagine they're going to get him on the training table here and take a look at what's going on. So Rashawn Matthews going to have to play an expanded role here.
Looks like he's just a cramp, which is good for us.
Third down and 15 here for New Hampstead. Arson Little shows blitz, then backs out of there. Here's the snap. Truell looking, going to wind up. He'll let one go for the end zone. What a ball into the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Unbelievable throw. And that is Maxwell in the back of the end zone. And that was a 50-yard dart into the back corner of the end zone.
Wow, it was an incredible throw. I mean, just on the money. Very, very good throw by Truell. Very impressed by him so far.
And the coverage wasn't bad. He just put it right in there.
No, we had a guy there, but their guy went and made a play. And sometimes when you get in those deep balls in one-on-one coverage, as a DB, it's really hard to make a play on the ball. You get turned around. Their guy just really good ball, really good catch.
So that'll go as a 40-yard touchdown pass from Truell to Maxwell. And that gets the Phoenix on the board. Point after is blocked. Third, Scroggins comes busting through there and blocks the extra point. And it's 7-6. So a big extra point block there by the Cadets. And they will get the ball for the first time on offense when we come back. Thanks for listening to WatchBCSports.com.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Welcome back here to Memorial Stadium. A 40-yard touchdown pass from Rashawn Truell to Kamari Maxwell has put New Hampstead on the board. Third, Scroggins with the block point after. Keeps it Benedictine in the lead, 7-6. And it will be Jamal Brown kicking it off for New Hampstead. 6:34 to go in the first quarter. BC going to get the ball for the first time here in this ball game offensively. And here's the Phoenix kickoff. A little squibber pops it up in the middle and going to be caught at about the 23-yard line. Hauled in by number 28, Caden Johnson, and that's where BC will take over 1st and 10 from their own 23. They'll mark him up to the 24-yard line. And now we'll see the Cadets and Luke Kromenhoek take the field for the first time. And Stevie, you come out again. You feel like a lot's happened and you haven't been on the field yet.
Yeah, that can be frustrating from a quarterback's perspective. Just, the great crowd, another opportunity to get out there and perform in front of your home fans, and finally get your opportunity halfway through the first quarter.
So the Cadets will come out kind of a half flex bone here. You got Nasir Samuel behind Luke, who'll go under center, 2 receivers up top. Oh, they do have a flex. Did not see the other wing back over there. Here's the snap. They'll give it end around. This is Zach Edwards off the right side, still fighting, loses his helmet, and then continues to fight in there. Hack's not going to slow down just because the helmet pops off, and give him maybe a yard or 2 across to the 26-yard line. Hack will have to come out of the ball game. I think he actually started running harder once the helmet came off.
I know, right? Yeah. That whistle blew real quick, too, when that thing popped off.
So the Cadets going to stay in it. They'll put a receiver to either side now. Got Bubba Frazier here to the near side. LaDon Bryant, top of the formation. Now Luke's going to step back in a shotgun. Here's the snap. All kinds of time. He winds up left side. He's got Bubba Frazier. It is caught and in out of the hands. Thought he hauled it in at about the 42 and just couldn't hang on. He had about a half a step on number 11, Damani Alex. And it'll bring up 3rd down and about 8.
Beautiful ball by Luke.
I think that's one you go back and look at the tape and you'll say, yep, should have had that one.
Yeah, you're going to want that one back.
So 3rd down and 8, 4 wides now for the Cadets. Kromenhoek in a shotgun, and now he'll check back. New Hampstead looks like they're trying to adjust defensively a little bit. Now here's the snap. 3-man rush for the Phoenix. Luke winds up, rockets out to LaDon Bryant. He's going to be short. He was hit immediately after he caught the football, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Cadets are going to have to punt. LaDon ran to the sticks and had to come back for it there, Stevie, and just didn't quite have enough yardage.
Yeah, really good ball again by Luke, getting it out. It's a long pass over there to the far sideline. Just kind of had to come back a little bit too much on that curl route.
So Connor Ferguson will come on to punt, and that's another one of those we talk a lot about special teams, and Connor's done a good job. Really didn't have a punter. He said Danny Britt's like, Luke could punt, but he didn't like having the quarterback punt if he didn't have to, and he said he went to Connor Ferguson. He's like, hey, do you want to try your hand at punting? He's like, I'll give it a try, and so far so good, and that's a nice high-hanging punt. Going to come down inside the Phoenix 30. BC there in coverage. Oh, and got the wood laid at the 34-yard line. Number 24, John Lilly, just stuck him right there at the 24 or the 34-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 here for BC or for New Hampstead. Excuse me. Nice punt that time.
Beautiful end over end punt.
4:52 to go here in the first. Again, it is homecoming this week here for the Cadets. They'll have the homecoming court presentation at halftime. So 1st and 10 here for the Phoenix. 7-6, BC leads. Here's the snap to Truell. Looking near side, has it's blocked and then caught. 3rd Scroggins batted it up in the air, and then Bryce Baker there to tackle. That was going to be Maxwell who caught the deflection. And they're going to lose. Good as a complete pass with a loss of 2 on the play. So that ball's bouncing everywhere. But again, they're really trying to pick on this right side of the formation and try to go to number 2, Jalen Hampton.
Yeah, they were favoring Hampton early in the game. It's obviously one of their guys.
Cadets are going to flip coverage. They'll bring Makai Williams over to safety spot to kind of shadow there. Here's the snap. Truell's looking right there and caught in the slot and across the 50, 45, and Going to be brought down by Marquis Williams. Wilkes Albert might get credit for the finish on that tackle, and then inside the BC 38. And that time, Stevie, looks like the Cadets just playing too soft a coverage.
Yeah, threaded the needle right underneath our linebacker. Really good catch by Hampton.
But you were given, 10, 15 yards of cushion there off the line. Yeah, they're playing kind of off here, 7, 8 yards off the receivers at this point. So it's 1st and 10 from the Cadet 38. Here's the snap. Inside give. This is going to be Maxwell and goes right up the middle. Ball's out. I think BC's got it. No, they're going to say he was down. That's not going to make the home side happy. As Maxwell shot up the gap. I think Larson Little hit him first. Yeah, Cadets say he lost the football, but near side official said he was down. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 4 from the BC 32-yard line. They have stepped up. They're still playing off on the wide side of the field. Rashawn Matthews has kind of stepped up a little closer here on the near side. Here's the snap. Oh, a nice little scoop pass. That time goes up the middle. Bryce Baker there to bring down the tight end. That'll be enough for a 1st down. Boy, I haven't seen one of those. He caught it and just kind of made a big circle and underhanded it like he's fast pitching softball. Hit the tight end, Nate Pearson, who ran ahead, and now he's down. But it was enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, nice little up the middle. Again, I think we saw that maybe from Hebron, but the little, I love to call it the Kansas City Chiefs play where they run with Travis Kelce all the time.
Not your traditional shovel pass. Again, Truel got it, kind of made a big loop like he was pitching a softball and just whipped it right in the gut of his tight end who got the 1st down. So Kyle Hockman drawing up some trickeration here early on, and his tight end, Pearson, is down on the turf at the 25 where the Phoenix will have a 1st down. So, again, Stevie, while we have a chance, while they tend to the tight end, BC defense giving up a lot here in terms of space, especially on the outside in terms of their coverage, and New Hampstead's been able to exploit that.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, they're taking what the defense is giving them, hitting the short routes, and then again they beat us on the 40-yard touchdown pass deep. But I think you've seen that so often, especially early in the season, where they're just, hey, when we're backing off, they're taking those 5-yard curl routes or the slants, whatever they can get, just to inch toward. It's really hard to run against this front 4 that we have, so they've got to be able to throw the ball around the field, get receivers in space, find the zone, and they're doing a good job of it so far.
So what's the adjustment here if you're Coach Houston, Coach Britt, looking at the defense? I know it's early, but what are you talking about with your defense right now and maybe in play calling, trying to take some of that stuff away?
Well, you got to get pressure on the quarterback, and we haven't done that yet. We don't have a sack. We're gotten our hands on the ball a couple of times from the D-line, knocking it down like that deflection over there early on in this drive. But got to get more pressure on the quarterback, make him uncomfortable, get him outside of the pocket, and then get him on the ground. That always helps take a little bit of the pressure off your DBs.
So they are still tending to the tight end, Pearson, on the ground. They're going to bring a couple players off to the sideline, I guess, to carry him off the field. And they're going to call for the ambulance here. I'm not sure what happened. But they made a signal over to the far end zone to get the ambulance over here, and I'm not sure what exactly happened. Danny Britt telling the Cadets to go down on a knee, and you hope that young man is okay. And it looks like they're up around the head and neck area, which you don't like to see.
No, you never, ever want to see this on a Friday night.
And they are bringing a stretcher out from the far sideline, so the crowd has certainly gone silent here at Memorial Stadium as they attend to Nate Pearson. We'll step aside real quick and come back here to Memorial Stadium. 7-6 our score. You're listening on WatchBCSports.com.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. We also know that every play needs a plan. And if you're running with the best of them, you need the experience of a company that's been around since 1934. Vernon Williams and Auto Owners Insurance proudly support our players and coaches because we know what it takes to build a winning team that you can count on when the game gets rough. Vernon Williams Insurance and Financial Services. Trust in the power of the Shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. They have gotten Nate Pearson up on the stretcher, and they were putting him on there very carefully. And again, you hope that young man is okay. I'd like to see him give a thumbs up or something, but they are carting him off here to the far sideline. And they were being very careful with that young man to get him on the stretcher. You hope he's okay. Like I said, we did not see him moving really after he took the hit, so don't want to speculate. But the coach is going over there to talk to him. And now, Stevie, how do you get kind of back in the flow either side? If you're on offense or that's your New Hampstead, that's one of your teammates.
Yeah.
How do you kind of get back in it? If you're the Cadets, obviously everybody you play football, you think that has a possibility of happening, but don't think it's going to happen, and then it does. How do you kind of get back into that mindset of we still got to go after it, get after it, and play hard and fast?
Yeah, it's a physical game. I mean, at the end of the day, you never want to see that happen to a young man, especially a young man in the prime of his life, right? Hopefully he's okay. Say a prayer for him, but I think you got to get back after it. Still a lot of football left to play, so got to continue to be physical, make plays, and kind of get yourself back together here on both sides.
So they have gotten Pearson over to the ambulance on the far side, and they are tending to him there. And it will be 1st and 10 for New Hampstead from the BC 25 once we get things back going. The Phoenix walking back out there. And now the referee says we are okay to start playing again. So 1st and 10 from the Cadet 25. Truwell's in a shotgun. Twins up top. One receiver here to the near side. Playing a little more press coverage on the top of the formation. Now here's the snap. Truwell looking that way. Pumps. Has a man underneath. Caught at the 20 and dropped. Bryce Baker brings him down after a gain of 5. And again, they just kind of ran everybody out of there, Stevie, and then turning around and catching the football. I believe that was trying to catch the number 5. I think it was Malachi Lana just standing there by himself, caught it, and got 5 yards out of it.
Yeah, I mean, good job by Bryce right there, stepping up, making a tackle. That's what you have to do on those short routes. As soon as they catch the football, just get them down on the ground, reset, play another down.
2 minutes to go here in the first. 4 wide here for the Phoenix. From the left hash in Cadet territory. Here's Truwell looking. Third, Scroggins going to bring him down. And bull rush there by number 11, Third Scroggins. First sack of the ball game. You're talking about that, Stevie. Got to get pressure. They did that time, and Third Scroggins brings him down back behind the 25, close to the 26. It'll be 3rd and about 11.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you have to do. Get pressure on the quarterback so that those deep routes cannot develop. Once you have to make him step up in the pocket or even roll out, start moving his feet a little bit, it makes him uncomfortable, and we can get him on the ground even better.
So third down, clock rolls, a minute 13, a minute 11. Now here in the first. 4 wides on third and long for the Phoenix. Cadets in a 4-man front. Here's the snap. Truwell looking to his right, going to wind up, pump fake, now tuck it, and push to his right. He's being chased, throws back across his body. That's got to be interference in the end zone. Caught, was it intercepted? How is that not offensive pass interference? They're going to wave it off. I mean, if you're the Cadets, you would say, whatever, it's fourth down, but clearly the New Hampstead receiver interfered in the end zone. I think it was, he kind of chucked Mekhi Williams out of the way to try to make an attempt at it and still didn't catch the football, but it'll be fourth down. I think if you're Danny Britt, you want that penalty to back them up. It would make it third and really long and take them certainly out of field goal range.
Yeah, that was physical out there in the end zone. I mean, just kind of a duck that went up in the air, and their guy kind of wrestling ours to get in front of them, and thought we might get an offensive pass interference call there, but
what they call a legal substitution on New Hampstead. They had 12 guys. So if you're illegal forward pass, he was across the line of scrimmage, so that's what it was. So at any rate, it'll be fourth down and 15 from just outside the 30. And the Cadets have brought the pressure the last couple of times. We'll see if they do it here on fourth and long. Truwell in the shotgun. They run a stunt inside. Truwell's going to roll to his right. Still looking. Winds up, spun around, gets away from a couple of BC tacklers, and now is going to scramble the 25-20 down toward the 15, and he got the first down. And that's just athletic play there by Truwell, who ran about 70 yards to get the first down. And if you're BC, you go back and look at the tape. Larson Little had a crack at him. I think Sam Gross had a crack at him and just could not get him on the ground.
Yeah, super athletic quarterback. I mean, just an incredible play right there. And he's making some really, really good plays for his team right now.
Again, that's third and 15, and that was all effort and wheels there at the end. 28 seconds to go. Here in the first quarter, it's 7-6, Benedictine. And the Cadets have only had the ball one time. Here's the snap. Looking here near side on the slant. It is caught and dropped immediately at the 6. Tackle made by Rashawn Matthews, as it was Jalen Hampton again with another catch. And I think that's going to do it for the first quarter. So a closer than expected ball game. The BC offense has had it for 3 plays. And we go to the second. Cadets though lead it 7-6. Thanks for listening here on WatchBCSports.com. Welcome back here to Memorial Stadium. It is 7-6. Benedictine. And New Hampstead still driving. And Stevie Powers, I don't know if this is what BC folks expected when New Hampstead came rolling in. Solid football team, but I think most people said, okay, solid football team, but should be able to exert our will at some point. Right now, you've had the ball offensively for 3 plays in this first quarter, and we're about to start the second quarter. It'll be second down and 3 from the 6.
Yeah, they're doing an incredible job in terms of time of possession. They're taking their time, getting lined up, seeing what the defense is lining up in, and then calling their play based off of where we're at in formation defensively. So they're doing a really good job. You tip your cap. This is a good football team with a really good quarterback.
So this is going to be straight power. They've got Jalen Hampton kind of in a wildcat, and somebody moved. That's going to be the right tackle. Is that number 85? I think he moved. And so that'll back them up. And again, they were running. This was going to be a design power run, kind of what we saw with Westminster, where it was just blockers to either side, pick which way you're going and try to outmuscle them to the corner. And instead, it'll make it second down and about 8. So they'll change personnel. They'll bring their quarterback, Truell, back in. And again, that's been kind of the saving grace for BC defensively, is that been a lot of offensive penalties for the Phoenix tonight. Four wide and an H-back to the left of Truell. Takes a snap. BC bringing some pressure. Third Scroggins there. A late hit and thrown. Intercepted. Did he get it? No, out of bounds. That was going to be number 7, Rashawn Matthews, but just couldn't get both feet down. And third Scroggins with a little late pressure.
Yeah, Hampton saved a interception there for the Phoenix, too, knocking our DB out of bounds there in the corner of the end zone. It looked like he was going to come down with a foot in bounds, but Hampton knocked him out before he could get it in.
So that'll make it third down and 8 from the Benedictine 11-yard line. Cadets trying to bow their backs here. On defense, Phoenix will put a man in motion. They'll have twins to either side out of a pistol. Got a new running back there. Now they'll motion a receiver here to the near side. Here's the snap. Truell looking, tries to step up, throws, has a man, and we have a flag at the line of scrimmage. Looked like the receiver got tangled up with Mekhi Williams in the end zone. Don't know if there was enough to call interference there or not. But there is a flag thrown on the near side of the line of scrimmage. Don't know if somebody got an early start or not. Still waiting for the official call here.
Tell you what, they're letting these receivers and defensive backs go at it. Looks like they're waving the flag.
So no flag. It'll be fourth down and 8 from the 11. And the Phoenix are going to trot on a kicker here.
See if third Scroggins can get in there again and get another block.
This will be Jackson Brown, who handles the place kicking. And Jamal Brown handles... this will be Jamal Brown, who handles the place kicking. Jackson Brown will handle the punting. He will also do the holding. So I'm assuming they're brothers. They're both listed at the same height. They both kick. One does the punting, one does the place kicking. One wears 27, one wears 28. So this will be Jackson Brown. The kick is up, and it is no good. He missed it from the right hash, sailed it out to the left. Was going to be a 27-yard attempt. No good. So the BC defense holds with a special teams miscue there by New Hampstead. And now with 11:49 to go in the second, just your second time on the field offensively, Stevie.
Yeah, second time. Hopefully we can get out and run a couple plays here, get our defense a break. I know they're obviously worn down here, but goes to show right there how important special teams is in high school football. I mean, they're a missed extra point and a field goal away from leading this game 10-7 here in the second quarter.
So the Cadets back out there. They'll put twins here to the near side. They work left to right here in quarter number 2. Luke will go under center out of a flex bone look. Here's the quick counter. This is Rashawn Matthews across the 20. He'll get maybe 2. And it'll bring up, they'll give him 3, make it second down and 7. And now the Cadets are going to try to go with a little tempo here. Luke will step back in a shotgun. They'll motion Ack Edwards. Here's the snap. Luke rolls here near side, throws it underneath. It's caught by Ack, and he'll lean to the 25 before he is laid out by number 44, Cameron Blake Mises. And that'll bring up third down and 5. Really like to get a first down. That defense has played a lot so far.
Absolutely they have. Third and very manageable here. See if Luke can make a play.
Phoenix walking the linebacker up there. Now they back it off. Third down and 5. Luke looking. Got some time. He's got some time. He's rolling to the right, looking, and winds up, throws it up the near sideline to Rashawn Matthews. Just not enough under it. Hit as he throws.
Looks like we got a flag over here. Maybe a late hit on Luke on the sidelines.
Yeah, I think the BC, Luke saying it's a first down. I was following the ball, so I didn't see what happened to Luke after he let go. And if that's the case, what a bailout by the New Hampstead defense for this BC offense, which again has not been able to get much going. I think at this point they have 10 total yards of offense. Personal foul against New Hampstead, so that'll give BC a first down. And again, the Phoenix kind of been their own worst enemy again.
Absolutely. I mean, that's another 3 and out. 2 possessions, 2 3 and outs right there. But kind of shot themselves in the foot there, and now BC gets another fresh set of downs and a 15-yard penalty.
Now let's see what A.J. DePhillips does after this. You get a penalty, a first down. You haven't necessarily seen a lot of design go for it type stuff yet. Been trying to feel out that defense. And now 1st and 10 up at the BC 40. They'll motion this here. Samuel out to the left. Luke by himself. Straight drop looking. Now it's going to be flush. Tries to step up in the pocket. And going to go down. He's going to be sacked. Brought down by number 52. Torrey Cody. A flag comes in. So holding against BC. You knew that was the case. So I would imagine Kyle Hockman's going to back him up. And again, it's tough to find your rhythm here. Stevie, it feels like you just haven't played for much of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're coming off a bye week, get 3 plays in the first quarter. Should have been a 3 and out, but get bailed out by a penalty. Just trying to find a little bit of a rhythm here offensively.
Now it's 1st and 20 from the Cadet 30. Here's the snap. Here's the give. This is going to be Bubba Frazier off the right side on a little counter play. He'll get back across the 35 to the 37, give him 7 on first down to bring up 2nd down, and we'll call it 13. So Cadets line up quickly. They'll again put Ack at kind of an H-back spot. You got Bryce Baker in there at running back now for the Cadets. Here's the snap. Here's the give to Bryce. Bryce trying to stretch the line out. No, good pursuit by the Phoenix. They just ran downhill that time and got there. It was that number 30. Tyrese Virgo comes down from his linebacker spot and makes the tackle. So it'll be 3rd and 12. They'll give Bryce a gain of a yard on the play. .9:33 to go here in the second. Here's the snap. Luke looks to his right now, has a man cutting his LaDon Bryant in and out of the hands. Had LaDon in the seam. And LaDon couldn't come up with it about the 32 of New Hampstead, and that'll be 4th down and 12, and the Cadets are going to have to punt. So you got a first down via penalty, Stevie, and then you end up 4th down behind the sticks. So that's 2 possessions. You've got a total of what, about 10 or 11 total offensive yards here.
Yeah, definitely a tough first couple of possessions, but tip your cap to the Phoenix. Again, really big physical team, and they've obviously come to play tonight, so it's time for our guys to kind of start putting some things together here.
Punt by Ferguson, going to take a BC roll inside the 25, check up, and come to rest at the 23-yard line of the Phoenix. So once again, the Cadet defense charged with making something happen. Again, BC leads it 7-6, but that was a 64-yard interception return by Zach Maxwell. And outside of that, Cadets offensively have done nothing to this point. Got to find a way to get it going, and maybe it's just one of those games where the defense is going to have to do it for you until you kind of get it going.
Yeah, first possession of the game for the Phoenix, and we get a pick 6. Everything's kind of rolling and looking good, but they've done a really good job at punching back, taking their time offensively, slowing us down, which anytime, you slow a fast-paced offense down. We're kind of playing to their game a little bit, so got to find a little bit of momentum swing here.
Haven't seen Zach Maxwell come back out on the field as of yet. I'm trying to look for him on the sideline, but he has not returned to this point. It's 1st and 10 from the Phoenix 35. I guess they're going to say a Cadet player touched it up there. Here's the snap. Truell coming near side. Bryce Baker with fumble. Ball's out. Picked up by Wilkes Albert. He's going to run it into the end zone for a touchdown. Wilkes Albert, 25 yards on the scoop and score. Stevie Powers, the defense is doing it all.
There we go. That's the momentum we're looking for right there.
Bryce Baker with the strip. Wilkes Albert with the scoop and score, and BC extends the lead. Well, we said you might need the defense to step up, Stevie, and they've certainly done that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Connor Ferguson for the point after.
I know Wilkes is out there hunting for a record tonight, but I think he'll take a scoop and score touchdown as well. .9:01 to go here in the second.
As Wilkes Albert tacks some on. And again, give credit Bryce Baker. He just came flashing through. And Truell was not ready. Connor Ferguson point after is up, and it is right through there and good. Rolls it up and almost over the roof of the field house there in the south end zone. And BC's defense 14, New Hampstead 6. We're coming right back here to Memorial Stadium. Thanks for listening on WatchBCSports.com. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Kevin Thomas alongside me, Stevie Powers. Cadets lead it 14-6. Off a great defensive effort thus far by the Cadets. A pick six and a scoop and score and a blocked extra point by the BC special teams. So Connor Ferguson to kick it off left to right. I think that's just a sign of a good team, Stevie, when your offense struggles. Can somebody step up and make a play? And your defense has done that. Here's Ferguson, boots it up the left hash, and it's going to come down at the half-yard line and brought out at the 10, 15, and jumping over the 20 to about the 23, 24-yard line. And that's where the Phoenix will take over off the return from Kamari Maxwell. Kind of a Halloween moon out there. Stevie Powers across the way.
Yeah.
Not quite to October yet, but some clouds hanging in front of that thing.
Yeah, I think one thing we've seen, so far this season is we've yet to really play a complete game of football, right, in all three phases of the game. But like you said, a sign of a good football team, a disciplined football team, is when a third or two-thirds are struggling, you've got a third or two-thirds there that are picking them up. And so far tonight, the special teams has been great. Offense struggled a little bit. The defense has been great. And we're winning 14-6 in the second quarter. So
here's Truell for the Phoenix. Out of the shotgun, looks here near side, caught and shoved out of bounds.
I'm going to say incomplete over there.
Oh, incomplete. He was trying to hit Hampton. Rashawn Matthews on the coverage.
I know they're
going to say he did haul it. Now one official saying, no, he didn't catch it.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, incomplete.
The chain crew was confused. Everybody was confused.
Yeah.
So it'll be second down and 10, 8:38 to go here before the half. Cadets lead at 14-6 on two defensive touchdowns. Phoenix really taking their time here. Now Truwell's got him set out of a pistol. Here's the snap. They'll try to fake it. That bootleg back to the tight end. Again, is caught and dropped. They had it set up again. Everybody for the Cadets bit hard to the right, and they circled back. Rashawn Matthews crashed down to hit the tight end, but there was nobody in coverage there. And bring up 3rd down and 10. So just another misfire there by that Phoenix offense. .8:33 to go before the half. Here's the snap. Truwell flushed up in the pocket. Flag comes out. It's caught right down another zone again. It's Maxwell out near the 45-yard line of the Phoenix, but hold up. Is this coming back? It was thrown at the line of scrimmage, so either somebody was offsides. Phoenix are walking back like they're not going to get this. Let's see what the call is. That's a tough one there because, once again, they just sat down in that BC zone and had a 1st down out of it.
Yeah, that was a big gain, I think.
Oh, no flag. They're going to wave it off.
Okay.
And Danny Britt wants an explanation. He's like, how do you wave it off from the far side when you threw it on this side? And he's still questioning that near side official. So put the ball back out at the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Phoenix. I think Danny Britt still wants an explanation. So 1st and 10, 8:23 and rolling here in the first half. And again, the Phoenix have been very deliberate in their offense. .8:11, here's the snap. Truwell, they'll give it straight ahead. Maxwell will pull it ahead. The ball pops out. Here it comes the other way. It's going to be Mekhi Williams, and he'll go to the end zone, but they're going to say he was down. And Danny Britt is really, I think he wanted to fumble. Have they said anything? Mekhi Williams took it about 46 yards for a touchdown. And the officials are going to say he was down. It's one of those where the ball popped up to the top of the pile there, and Danny Britt is really giving them the what for there on the officials' part. It'll be 2nd down and 6. And I think he's still hot about the penalty wave off a few plays ago. Here's the snap. Truwell looking. Going to wind up, throw it near side. Has a man almost intercepted. Antonio Hanson-Mann came flying across from that safety spot and got a fingertip on it, knocked it away. It'll bring up 3rd down.
A lot of really just confusing plays, back and forth here. Coach Britt really wanting some explanations over here on the sideline.
3rd down and 6 from the Phoenix 48-yard line. And again, New Hampstead's been very deliberate in their offense. Again, I think that's part of their game plan. If you're going to beat the Cadets, you got to play keep away from the offense. And so far, they've done a really good job of doing that.
Yes, they have. A fantastic job.
It's been kind of mistakes of their own doing that's got BC where they're at. 7:44 to go in the first half. Here's Truwell with a throwback. It's caught, and slipping out of a tackle is number 2, Hampton. He'll race up the right side. 15, 10, 5. Mekhi Williams going to get there. Touchdown. A 52-yard hookup on 3rd down to Jalen Hampton. And the Phoenix draw close once again.
Yep, looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field and try to tie this ball game up. Really good pitch and catch. Truwell's done a fantastic job tonight from the quarterback position. He has made some very, very strong throws, kept his composure. A lot of mistakes offensively on New Hampstead's end, but mistakes that he and Hampton have pretty much made up for between the two of them.
So the Phoenix going to go for 2 here. And this BC defense has made some good plays, but really in the passing game has not been have been allowing some zones, and that time ran just a deep slant and a one missed tackle, and it got away from them. Here's the two-point conversion. Truwell looking. They'll throw it over the middle. Knocked down Antonio Hanson-Mann, and it'll be 14-12. Two-point conversion, no good. And with 7:34 to go, the Cadet offense will get the ball back, and they really need something to happen here. We're coming right back here to Memorial Stadium, and you're listening on WatchBCSports.com.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Back here at Memorial Stadium, Kevin Thomas alongside me, Stevie Powers, as it's 14-12, Benedictine and New Hampstead. But the story is all the defense, both ways for BC. Defense has got you 2 touchdowns and also had a couple of big plays they've allowed, a 40-yard touchdown and a 52-yard touchdown. And the offense really needs something to get going. Here is Houston Jackson at the 20, 25, trying to come near side, gets a seal block, 30, and down at the 34-yard line. And BC is going to get great field position, Stevie, just their third possession of the ball game. And they've only got about 10, 11 yards of total offense. So if you're A.J. DePhillips, you really need to find something that you can execute and get you down the field here.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, hats off to New Hampstead defensively. They're doing a good job at getting off the field. They're being efficient. And then offensively, the time of possession has really been on their side so far in this first half. So let's see if we can get a little momentum going here and start moving the ball down the field.
Roman Hawk brings him out. Luke out of a shotgun. He'll take the snap. Luke looking in the pocket, going to have to step up. Now he'll tuck it. 35, 40, 45 on his feet across midfield into Phoenix territory. Marked down at the 48-yard line. A big gain of 16 yards for Luke Cromenhawk there on first down. And when in doubt, you need to play, just let your guy do his thing.
17.
Well, I don't think it was a design run, but it kind of developed that way.
No, their front four is big. They're getting back there to Luke pretty quick.
Here's the snap. Luke looking. Got some time. Lots of time. Still looking. Floating. And now he's going to scramble back to his left. And Luke's going to wind up and throw it. Has a man deep. It is Rashawn Matthews on incomplete. Off the helmet of number 1, Messiah Worrells. And a flag comes out at the 45 of New Hampstead. I don't know if somebody was holding. Ineligible downfield on BC. You kind of expect that with as much scrambling was happening. But a great job of initial protection. Luke had all kinds of time. And I know that's a tough penalty, Stevie, but what are you thinking in quarterback's time when you know you have something like that? You got a clock in your head of, hey, I can only expect them to hold so long without trying to get upfield.
Yeah, you got that internal clock. It's only about 2 to 3 seconds long before you got to get the ball out of your hands and feel really comfortable back there when you have that much time. But kind of like you said, you start scrambling and you get linemen downfield and stuff like that. You see a lot of late penalties like that.
5 wide in the formation for the Cadets. Trips here to the near side. Luke's all by himself. Now he'll check with his offensive lineman. On the pressure, they got a linebacker walking up there in the middle. And now here's a snap on 1st and 14. Luke looking. Free rusher comes in there, got rid of it. He was looking for Rashawn Matthews out there, and just a good job to get rid of it because nobody blocked Messiah Worrells coming there off the edge.
Yeah, it looked like Luke walked up to the line of scrimmage there to go ahead and call out the protection. They weren't trying to fake anybody out. They were coming. We just missed them.
So 2nd down and 15. Back in their own territory. Cadets are at their own 46. So here's Luke with the snap on 2nd down. All kinds of time. Over the middle. Has a man caught. Rashawn Matthews breaks the tackle. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. A 54-yard touchdown pass from Luke Cromenhawk to Rashawn Matthews. And there's the play the offense has been looking for all half. And BC right back on the board.
Good throw and catch right there. Matthews with a broken tackle and to the house from there.
So BC right back after him. A good answer by this offense. And again, sometimes that's just the spark you need. And a big pitch and catch from Rashawn Matthews. Caught that in traffic, and once the first tackle missed, they weren't going to catch him. Here's the point after Connor Ferguson. Right through there and good. 21-12. BC leads it with 6:34 to go here in the half. We're coming right back here to Memorial Stadium on WatchBCSports.com. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. The answer took exactly 1 minute, Stevie Powers, to get down the field and score. So kind of good news, bad news. The good news is the offense finally got something positive going. The bad news is it took 1 minute. Now your defense is going to go back out there.
Yeah.
Again, they've played a lot of football here in this first half.
They absolutely have. They also scored 2 touchdowns. So.
That's true.
They're doing a fantastic job. I mean, obviously getting worn down with some of these longer possessions from the Phoenix, but they're doing a really good job standing their ground and punching back when they get an opportunity. They've turned 2 possessions into touchdowns by themselves.
So Connor Ferguson ready to kick this one off. Left to right, and he will pooch it up the right side, and it's going to go out of bounds. I don't know if they were looking for a hole in the New Hampstead kick coverage, but it was well out of bounds up the sideline. So excellent field position upcoming here for the Phoenix. And again, we see that from time to time where Coach Britt thinks he can steal a possession, potentially, if he can find a little hole in your kick coverage. 6:34 to go in the first half. On a beautiful night for football here in Savannah. It's supposed to get down in the 60s tonight. Finally feels like football weather a little bit. So now a big possession here for the Cadet defense to try to get off the field in 3 plays. They've been out there a long time here in this first half. From the Phoenix 35. Here's Truel. He'll wind up off the right side, too wide. He was looking out there for Maxwell. Rashawn Matthews, who just caught the touchdown pass out there in coverage. And Matthews getting a lot of playing time for Zach Maxwell, who we see here on the near sideline. He's got no helmet on, but he is up on the sideline. 2nd down and 10. Truel, shotgun's got a running back to his right. Here's the snap. They'll give it, try to bounce it here to the near side. And no, nice open field tackle, 3rd Scroggins. They tried to stretch it out here to the near sideline, and going nowhere was Jamari Bonaparte. And 3rd Scroggins just grabbed him with one hand and drug him down.
It's hard to get away from 11. Really, really good physical player. Big guy, long arms, just incredible football player. Really good tackle right there in the open field.
Yeah, a couple of those guys, once they get their mitts on you, it's pretty much over at that point.
Absolutely.
Also see Jeremiah Thomas here on the near sideline with no helmet. Don't know if this is just a series off or if he's got anything wrong with him. Doesn't appear to be injured. He and Maxwell standing up there near the coaches. 3rd down and 11. Loss of a yard on the 3rd Scroggins tackle, and now Kyle Hockman wants a timeout. So now a chance to do what you haven't been able to do most of the half, and that's to get off the field here, Stevie. And what a huge break that would be for your offense. Again, you came and scored quickly and get the ball right back and then try to put a little drive together before the half. you get the ball coming out of the second half. So one of those Danny Britt things, score, get the ball back in the second half, and you could really take control of the ball game quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously a very good momentum possession, a quick one offensively, but I think it's kind of a breath of fresh air for the defense too, to get off the field on a long third down here. Give the ball back to your offense and let them put a couple plays together, get in the end zone, and take it into halftime.
We'll have the Bernard Williams halftime report upcoming. Also, homecoming week here at BC. So 3rd and 11 coming out of this timeout. And we'll see how the Cadets fare in this one. Again, it gave up a couple of big third down plays. I think both the touchdowns came on third down.
Yep. If
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're definitely taking some shots on these third and long opportunities here.
So here it is, 3rd and 11 from the Phoenix 34-yard line.
It's been Hampton all night long on third downs.
Here's the snap. He's in the slot here. The near side, Truell winds up and almost intercepted Wilkes Albert. They were looking for Hampton over the middle. BC read that one nicely. It'll be 4th down. Now the Phoenix going to have to punt. Good call.
I think we figured that out too defensively. Had about 3 guys around Hampton just on that play.
So that will bring in, I believe, Jackson Brown. Let's see if I got that right. They have him listed as a punter. Let's see. Makai Williams back. To take the punt. BC looks like they're going to play it safe here. Here's the punt. Nice hanging spiral. And Makai's going to let it hit. It takes a huge Phoenix roll. Now picks it up at the 20. And he'll lean ahead to the 21 before he gets shoved back. Kind of a dangerous pickup there by Makai Williams as it was taking one of those AstroTurf bounces. And BC will take over 1st and 10 just outside their own 20. So let's see. The clock is running for some reason. Now they got it stopped. They let a couple of seconds run off of that thing, and I think they're going to talk to him and get it readjusted here. They got the war chant playing here at the stadium. Again, we talked to Luke Kromenhawk in the off week about his recruiting, committed to Florida State. He said, look, I've pretty much told everybody I'm worried about BC football right now. So very mature answer, I thought, from Luke, when you're one of the top quarterbacks in the country and everybody's trying to get a piece of your time and in your ear. Said, look, I'm worried about what's happening here with the Cadets. And he leads him out there on 1st and 10 from the Cadets 21. 5:10 to go in the half. Here's the snap. Design run for Luke here off the right side. He'll turn a corner, 25-30, and lowers the boom at the 33-yard line. And he gets up strutting after he dropped the shoulder on number 26, Kamari Smart, the Phoenix corner, and moved the chains for BC. And that's the part I know the coaches like about Luke when he runs the football, good and bad. He lowers the shoulder on. It's like, you got to pick your spots. He picked a good one there. 1st and 10. Here's a counter give. This will be inside. It's going to be Nasir Samuel. Nas will get it out to about the 39. Give him 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Now Nasir will come out in the slot. Luke's back there by himself. Phoenix showing pressure. Here's the snap. Luke's got time. Still got time. Winds up, throws near side, and caught Rashawn Matthews outside the 45 to the 46. That'll be enough for a 1st down. And
they're calling it incomplete.
Oh, no, incomplete. But I was going to say either way. And now Danny Britt is going to have another conniption because everybody was moving at that point. I want to say give credit that time, Stevie, because they brought 7 on the blitz. And BC, obviously with an empty set, had 5 to block them, and nobody got there.
Yeah, they did a great job picking up the extra guys coming. Gave Luke plenty of time. I think the receiver may have ran out of bounds and came back in, which is why they called it incomplete.
So they'll get Rashawn Matthews as the intended target. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6 from the Cadet 39-yard line. Phoenix have got 6 men right up there on the line of scrimmage again. Here we go. One man comes free. They'll dump it underneath, and making a man miss is number 14, Bubba Frazier. He'll have a first down. Boy, I thought he was tackled right as he caught it, and he stiff-armed a man at the 42 and sprinted ahead for a first down out at the BC 48.
Bubba Frazier is just so slithery in there, you know. He gets in between all those big guys and finds a way to get through.
So 1st and 10. Here's the snap, and somebody moved for BC. I know it's a bone of contention with other coaches. I don't know if they're going to get ACK for turning upfield too soon.
Trying to go fast. New Hampstead wasn't even really set yet. Trying to get that momentum going. Obviously our offense likes to go fast. Sometimes you just get a little ahead of yourself.
So 1st and 15 here for this BC offense. 3:40 and counting. Luke will go under center out of the flex bone. They'll give it straight ahead and out towards midfield. Was that Nas or was that Bryce Baker? And there was Nasir Samuel. And that'll bring up 2nd down and about 8 after he gets 7 straight ahead. That's just old school power football right there.
Absolutely.
Back to the shotgun. On 2nd and 8, right at the midfield mark. Luke winds up, throws it out, and is caught. Bubba Frazier spins out of a tackle and brought down at the 38 of New Hampstead, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Bubba Frazier almost had that.
Yeah, if that corner over there, who is that, number 5?
He was hanging on for dear life, for sure.
If he doesn't hold on that half second longer, that's a touchdown. Under 3 minutes to go here before the half. Again, Cadets will get the ball to start the second half. Inside give. This is going to be Nasir Samuel. Working near side. Has the box it up. 30, 25, 20. And tripped up at the 15. A touchdown saving tackle by Tyrese Virgo. Otherwise, Nas was gone, and he got him by a shoelace and brought him down. 2:44 to go and a first down for BC.
BC really starting to find their momentum, their rhythm here offensively, which is a beautiful sight to see, especially right before chewing up some clock here before going into halftime with 2.5 minutes left in the second.
And that's one thing I've always liked about Nas, very patient as a runner. And he had those blockers set up, and Kyle Hockman wants a timeout. And you saw him that time, Stevie. He was already 5-6 yards downfield. He was just waiting. I think it was Cam Cody out there to just kind of seal a hole open for him, and there he was going.
Yeah, very patient run.
So a timeout here for New Hampstead with 2:27 to go. It'll be 1st and 10 BC. The ball's just inside the 15. So you can get a first down right about the 5-yard line. And again, we've kind of seen the Cadets fall back on some of the old school staples, the quarterback power, the fullback dive that have all gone for big yardage here on this drive.
Yeah, a lot of what I was used to running, especially the first couple of years. My time as quarterback here, minus the quarterback power. I didn't get very many of those. But yeah, a lot of the design trap plays, the counter traps, very patient runs from the running backs. And those holes will open up. Sometimes you just have to give it a little time.
I imagine that's a hard thing to get ingrained in yourself because everybody gets like, I just got to go.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. Especially with those traps, you're waiting on guards to pull and trap, the D linemen and all that. And if you can just be a little patient, give them that 1 extra second to get that trap block in, I mean, you're getting 5 to 10 yards, if not more, every time.
So 1st and 10 from the 15 of New Hampstead. Cadets lead it 21-12. So here's the snap. Luke looking here near side, going to wind up, go to the back corner. LaDon Bryant, no, couldn't hang on. A lot of hand fighting down in the end zone. Danny Britt is really pleading his case like he was holding my guy in the end zone. Yeah, I think they wanted pass interference in the end zone, and I imagine if we had a chance to talk to Danny Britt right now, he'd say this has been a very inconsistent game, in his opinion, from the officials here. Cadets trying to get regrouped here, though. It's second down. Took a shot there at the end zone. Here's a snap. Give to Nasir Seema. Comes right side and knocked around. A flag comes in way late. Not sure why. It was Nasir and two defenders for New Hampstead. So I don't know who they're going to get somebody for a hold or what the call is. A couple cadets talking to LaDon Bryant. So I don't know if it was getting extracurricular face mask. I imagine against New Hampstead, yes. 5-yard face mask against New Hampstead. So that'll bring up second down from the 10. You can get a first down at the 5. 2:04 to go and now counting. And again, this is a situational drive here for the Cadets. You like to punch it in, let a little more time roll off, and then obviously get the ball right back to start the second half. Here's the snap. The give, Rashawn Matthews.
He's got it
on the corner. Cuts it up at the 5, 3, 2, and got turned around right at the goal line, but that's going to be a first down. And I think if he just kept sprinting towards the pylon, he had it. He tried to turn it back in maybe 7, 8 feet from the sideline and just got ran over there right at the 1.
Definitely had him beat on the corner, but a good job by the New Hampstead pursuit to hold him short. Looks like we're bringing in the power package here.
So it'll be first down and goal. And John Lilly going to come in. You got third Scroggins on the far side. And is that Wilkes Albert at fullback? It is. You got Wilkes Albert at fullback. Hack Edwards in motion. And that's Bryce Baker. It is. Bryce goes straight ahead. He gets stood up. And don't think he's going to get there. So that's something we haven't seen. Wilkes Albert in there at fullback. And so you got a D lineman out there. You got your middle linebacker out there at fullback. You got one of your outside backers at running back. So kind of changing the personnel here a little bit. Inside a minute to go. Second down and goal.
I believe this is Luke Cromenhawk territory here.
Yeah. You got a big, tall quarterback. Just push ahead. They do. Does Luke get there? Yes, he did. He falls into the end zone. A 1-yard touchdown run for Luke Cromenhawk with 37 seconds. And, Stevie, that's a drive. That is a Benedictine drive. Got the ball with about 5 minutes left. You punch it in with 37 seconds.
Yeah, really good job by BC. Time of possession there. Very good drive. Again, punching it in for 7. And now hopefully going to take it to halftime, get the ball back, and do it again.
Point after upcoming for Connor Ferguson is, it's pulled out of there by Houston Jackson, running towards the pylon. Touchdown. I don't know if that was meant to happen that way, but it looked like some guys came in free, and Houston picked it up and took off. So a 2-point conversion is good for BC.
Yeah, it looked like a bobbled hold or maybe a bad snap, but we call that play fire. It's Coach Britt's language there. Whenever fire in the hole, right? Whenever there's a bad snap or a bobbled hold, just pick it up, take off.
And Houston Jackson did what we talked about with Sharon Matthews. It was a beeline for that pylon, and he got there for the 2-point. Not what they were trying for, but they got the 2-point conversion.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. We'll take it.
So 29-12, 37.8 to go before the half. And that offense in these last 2 drives really kind of found itself. Connor Ferguson to tee it up. Left to right here for the Cadets. Let's see if they try that squib kick again, or kind of pooch kick, or if they say just kick it in the end zone. My guess is they're just going to drive it in the end zone.
Yeah, I think after seeing Coach Britt's reaction on the last pooch kick, you're probably going to see one driven through the back of the end zone here.
Ferguson left to right. He'll drive it up the left hash, and it will get in the end zone for a touchback. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for New Hampstead with 37 seconds. And let's see what the Phoenix try to do. They've passed the ball extremely well against the Cadets here in the first half, but you're 80 yards away. You've been very deliberate with your offense. Do you take it to the locker room knowing the Cadets have it, or with 37 seconds, you got, one timeout left? Do you try to find yet another hole? Obviously, it's a different defense you're facing now with 37 seconds. You're just trying to keep them out of the end zone. But
well, if I'm the Phoenix, I mean, they've given up 2 defensive touchdowns tonight, so I'm probably just going to take it into halftime here with 29-12, try to make some adjustments, come out in the second half.
So here's Truell in a pistol, and he'll look to wind it up. He has a man running up the near side. It's Maxwell. It's caught at the 50. He is wide open, 45-40. He's at the 35-30. Tries to make him a miss, still on his feet, 20, and inside the 20, and that's what we were talking about. Just kind of got behind the corner again, and now inside the red zone at the 18 with 26 seconds.
Well, I guess that's why I'm not the offensive coordinator, right?
And defensively, how do you just let that happen, I guess? Just confusion on the coverage or the safety help? Or
they're probably thinking, the same thing defensively on our end, probably thinking the same thing that I was, maybe just going to take it into halftime, 29-12, try to regroup at halftime and come out and figure something out. But they went ahead and took a shot downfield, and they had a guy, and they had us beat. Danny
Britt wanted a timeout there, and I'm obviously going to be frustrated with his defense. Galen Houston's got the troops lined up over there, but again, that's been a consistent theme of the half. They've been able to move the ball through the air against this BC defense.
Yeah, they have. We played a lot of cover 2 tonight, and they're just finding those holes between, that cornerback cover in the flats and that safety coming in over the top. There's a little bit of a window there, and they're doing a fantastic job of getting guys into that window. Truell's done a fantastic job getting the ball to them.
And again, what's the adjustment at halftime you're making there on that kind of stuff? Because they're just running into some of those zones, and it's been wide open.
Yeah, well, there's a couple. When we've done some in the first half, you get more pressure on the quarterback is the biggest thing, right? Try to get back there. He's getting the ball out of his hands quickly, which is good for them. But then, go into halftime, you make some adjustments, throw some different looks at him, right? Go into man-to-man, cover 3, cover 4, get in there and make some different looks. Just continue to try to maybe throw some different looks at him, but also get pressure on him as well.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the BC 20. There's 26 seconds left. Cadets burned a timeout. They've got 2 left. New Hampstead with just 1. And if anything, this gives New Hampstead an extra down because I think they were going to spike the ball before BC called timeout. Here's the snap. Truell looking. He'll come back to the right, step up in the pocket, throws it underneath, and that's what you were talking about there. Got some late pressure. Who was that? Was that Cam Cody?
Coming up limping.
It was limping a little bit. And again, Jeremiah Thomas not out there. He's standing here on the near sideline, as is Zach Maxwell. So missing a couple of guys. Not really sure why he is not in the ball game. But Cam Cody's kind of had to slide inside into that Jeremiah Thomas spot. It's 2nd down and 10. 21.9 to go before the half. Phoenix trying to tack some more on the board. Here's the snap. Looking, Truell's got time over the middle, has a man, it is caught, that is Hampton, and he's going to be pulled down at the 4, 5, 6 BC defenders there. And he's still on his feet, and they finally blow it dead. But man, whenever they need to play, they're going to number 2, Jalen Hampton, and he's got a 1st down at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic first half, that's for sure. I think the New Hampstead sidelines wanted the whistle blown a little earlier there instead of that pile dragging on, so they could get a timeout and try to punch it in the end zone here early.
And now things change a little bit, Stevie. They call timeout with 10 seconds left, so they have no more. You're on the 2. They put the ball at the 2, so if you run it and don't get it, that's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So does that kind of change your thoughts defensively at this point?
Well, I mean, they haven't done a very good job running the football tonight. They also haven't really tried to run the football that much. It's obvious that they're trying to go to their passing game and find holes in our zone coverage. But with the ball on the 2-yard line, your options are limited, right? So this is going to be definitely a gutsy call here. You may see a power like we did earlier, try to draw our guys off sides to get a little closer. You may see him back in the shotgun again, trying to hit a quick slant. So we'll see what they come out with.
That's the thing that always gets me about a lot of high school football, and as a quarterback, is people say, well, why don't you run the ball? The Phoenix haven't taken a single snap under center all night, so You're going to be 5 yards back trying to get 2 yards.
Right.
So to me, that limits you, yeah.
Absolutely. When you have a good offensive line, you can do that. You get your running back coming downhill, gives him a little more time for the holes to open up, give him an easier read. However, I don't think the Phoenix match up well with our D-line, to be honest, and they haven't tried to really tonight.
So here it is, 1st and goal, 10 seconds before the half. 5 wides, Truell by himself. He's got an H-back off to the right. Now motion a man left to right across the formation. Here's the snap. Truell looking. They go for Hampton. Nice defense for Sean Matthews. There to knock it away at the goal line. 6.9 to go before the half. They were looking for number 2 again on the quick slant.
Yeah, they're going to go to him. We're lined up in man-to-man coverage, try to drag a guy across the field, trying to just kind of spread out our defense, right, to open up a window there on the inside slot. Really good defensive play. He put it right on his pads, but our guy's hands was right there.
So it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 2. 6.9. You almost certainly can't run it here. Well, maybe they are. They're going to put Hampton in the Wildcat. Kind of the reverse wishbone, if you will. Everybody packed in. They snap it to Hampton. He goes, hey, they're not going to get there. The BC defense holds. Who hit him? Larson Little might have been the first one through there. And that's going to do it. Boy, what a gutsy call. And he did not only did he didn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. And trying to see if there was a flag late. No, they're going to send everybody to the locker room. What a stand right there before the half, Stevie Powers.
Yeah, fantastic stand. I think we all knew what was coming when they lined up in that power formation. They tried to do it earlier in the game, but they had a false start that set them back. So really good job by the defensive team right there.
And again, give the front guys a lot of credit because that thing was blown up from the start.
Oh, yeah, great push right there. I mean, they were 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so really good push.
Yeah, great defensive scouting right there from the BC coaches. Is again, 1st and goal, and right before the half, you get nothing. Big loss for BC, or for New Hampstead there, because now you got to kick the ball off to an offense that Stevie kind of found itself in their last couple of drives there before the half.
Yes, they're doing a very good job offensively. They got their rhythm back. They're in a good rhythm, really good momentum. They're going fast. They're able to line up before New Hampstead can get ready to go, and they're making plays.
We are at the half. Benedictine 29 and New Hampstead 12. They got the homecoming festivities getting ready to happen here on the field. We'll come back. We'll analyze this first half and talk about looking ahead to half number 2. And, of course, a lot still to come here on the broadcast. We'll have our Cool Vibes Pizza Player of the Game coming up at the conclusion of tonight's ball game and more. The Coach's Corner postgame show will look ahead to next week as well, and Burke County. But at the half right now, Benedictine leads at 29-12. We're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. We also know that every play needs a plan. And if you're running with the best of them, you need the experience of a company that's been around since 1934. Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance proudly support our players and coaches because we know what it takes to build a winning team that you can count on when the game gets rough. Bernard Williams Insurance and Financial Services. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Welcome back here for the Bernard Williams halftime report. Stevie Powers, Kevin Thomas here with you. And again, a slow start for the Cadets in that first half. One possession in the first quarter, and we were halfway through the second quarter, and the Cadets had about 10 or 11 total yards. Then, again, the defense holding serve. They finally got something together, falling back on number 17 to kind of get things going for him.
Yeah, and they did. He had a couple runs that kind of sparked the offense a little bit, some 15-yard runs. Made some really good passes earlier in the game that we just dropped, So tough start, kind of slow start, if you will, but starting to put it together there towards the end of the first half. Defensively,
to me, it feels like if you're Danny Britt, if you're Coach Houston in the locker room right now, it's kind of a mixed bag. Hey, we got 2 scores. We've gotten some pressure. We've kept us in the ball game when our offense is struggling, but we are just absolutely getting carved up in the pass game with – not necessarily the 3 or 4 yard stuff. It's the 20, 30, 40 yard stuff. They gave a 40-yard pass, a 52-yard touchdown right there before the half. A 60-yard pass to get them in the red zone. It's been the big plays in the passing game, and guys been running wide open in that zone.
Yeah, they've had some really explosive plays for sure. Truwell, the quarterback's doing a fantastic job. Hampton's having a big night. I think the adjustment at halftime is, hey, get more pressure on the quarterback, because when we've gotten back there, we've caused a lot of issues. Continue to cause turnovers. Those turnovers are turning into points.
Offensively, how do you feel about your team right now? Because the first couple of drives really, I don't know, it kind of seems like AJ to Phillips, hey, we're testing them out, seeing what works, but you weren't really getting in a rhythm of any kind, putting together a sustained drive. Then you got the first offensive score, and then that last drive, I think, was kind of like, to me, what Danny Britt would have you guys draw up. 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes or so. You use up 5 minutes, you score. That's how you draw it up. I mean, It seems like they kind of found it right there at the end, but it kind of a sloggy first half for the offense.
Yeah, no, I mean, we work on that in practice every week. You have practice periods where you have that 2-minute offense, those 5-minute offense, where you need to have some extended drives or some really quick drives to get into the red zone, trying to put points up before the end of the half. So fantastic job. Look for them to come out in the second half, get the ball back quick, go down, score some points.
And again, the layoff, I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but coming off an off week, how do you feel this team has kind of responded to coming off an off week?
Well, they've had some really a lot of challenges this year. We started off first couple of games kind of spurty on offense, and then we go into the Ware County game. Then you come back and you're playing Hebron, which we probably should have won by a lot, but we're spurty again, coming off a big win. And then you go into an off week and now here. So kind of an up and down start to the season. But I believe now that, we're in region play, they've got some momentum going into the second half here. Look for them to kind of really start to play a complete half of football.
And it's like, I know Coach DePhillips wouldn't say this, but from a player standpoint, even I look at it from outside perspective, obviously. But with this offense, you have Luke, you have receivers, you have a number of guys that can do things. It's almost like the expectation is you're just going to score 50 every game, and that when it doesn't happen, you're like, well, what's wrong? So from that standpoint, that's a lot to live up to. But it seems like if you give it time, they kind of find themselves.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's been the standard for however long Coach Britt's been here, right? Like, we score a lot of points. We have a lot of really good players and a lot of really good coaches that put our players in a position to be successful. And when it doesn't go that way, I mean, that's the expectation, but it's not going to happen every night. These are still high school kids out there playing against another really good football team. So I think the expectations, especially from the outside looking in, can be a little bit absurd sometimes, but they're doing a really good job of maintaining their possessions and getting the ball in the end zone.
And Coach Britt tried to tell me at the coaches show this week earlier, he was like, look, people just say we start region play. They're like, oh, we're just waiting for the playoffs. He's like, no, this region's really good. He's like, where? And I think Burke, who we'll see next week, both now in that top 25 of like all classifications in the state. New Hampstead's got a solid football team. He's like, it's not just going to be roll the balls out and it's 49-0.
No, really tough region schedule. And that's why you play the teams that we played early in the year, the Westminsters, the Hebrons, the Ware Counties, right? Because you got New Hampstead, who's a good football team, just lost in an overtime thriller last weekend. You've got Wayne County. You got to play them on the road. Got to play Burke County on the road. So they've done their part in terms of getting ready for those games. They got to finish tonight.
We're at the half. Benedictine leads it 29-12. We'll come back, give you a first half recap. When we come back, you're listening here on WatchBCSports.com.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. We also know that every play needs a plan. And if you're running with the best of them, you need the experience of a company that's been around since 1934. Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance proudly support our players and coaches because we know what it takes to build a winning team that you can count on when the game gets rough. Bernard Williams Insurance and Financial Services. Trust in the power of the Shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Back here, the Bernard Williams halftime report. Kevin Thomas and Stevie Williams here with you to recap how we got to our 29-12 score. Right off the jump, 8:43 to go in the first, 65-yard interception return. Zach Maxwell gets things going for BC. Bobbles attempted to catch by New Hampstead. He's right there to scoop up the bobble and take it the other way.
Really, really good play. Just in the right place at the right time, and then obviously made a fantastic athletic play getting all the way to the end zone.
And certainly something to watch. Zach, I think, was injured on the next series defensively. We have not seen him back out there. We'll see if he comes back in the ball game. And then give New Hampstead credit. They came right back on the next possession. 40-yard touchdown pass from Truell to Maxwell. They get it in there. BC blocks the extra point. We're up 7-6.
Yeah, again, we talked about the power of special teams in high school football. You know, there's not many teams that have an excellent special teams unit, and we are fortunate enough to have one. And, you know, in this game, it's not really panning out to be that big of a difference, but there was a chance there where New Hampstead had an opportunity to be up 10-7 in the second quarter, and, you know, a blocked extra point and a missed field goal hindered that. So really good job by BC.
Absolutely. And again, it was all BC's defense early because the offense had the ball for 3 plays, a 3-and-out in the first quarter. That was it. Then in the second quarter, Wilkes Albert with 9:01 to go, a nice open field hit by Bryce Baker on Truell. The quarterback stripped the football. Wilkes Albert there to pick it up 25 yards. On a night everybody's thinking about Wilkes Albert and tackles, He gets the scoop and score. BC leads it 14-6.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. I know he's out there trying to break a record in front of the homecoming crowd tonight, but I think he'll take a scoop and score as well.
Speak to that just while we're here at the half. Obviously, folks talk about records, and you played with True Self Cooper, who's currently the all-time leading tackler. I mean, as a former player, you're like, yeah, break my record. It's great. I mean, or is this like something like, hey, I did it. I kind of like to hang out there on the top as long as possible. But kind of how do you feel about records and when people are up there like Wilkes to potentially break one?
Well, I had a few from my time here. And, but up until really Coach Britt, Coach Woodward, Coach Baker Woodward was here, we were a running football team from the time that BC, way back in the day.
Right.
Started throwing the ball a little bit, got some good records under my belt for yards and touchdowns and all that good stuff. Probably interceptions too, to be honest with you. But then you got guys like Holden Gerner now at Auburn, and obviously Luke that come in and make those records look like chump change. So it was fun while it lasted, but it's always good to see new guys come in and to break those records. It's just so much to speak for those guys.
And we'll see. I know Wilkes had a couple in the first half. We'll see how close he is in the second half of BC up 14-6. And again, that was at the 9:01 mark, 7:34 to go in the second quarter. 52-yard touchdown pass to Hampton. They missed the 2-point conversion to try to tie it up. But, again, both times defensive scores, they came back within 2 minutes each time and answered right back.
Yeah, defense has done it a lot. They played a lot of football tonight, and they've done a really, really good job in the red zone. Obviously they're at the end of the half. Big stand right there to send it into half 29-12 and keep the momentum on our side.
And then right after that, in 1 minute's time, you're thinking, man, the defense had to do it all. Offense needs to get going. We were talking about that. Offense then goes in 1 minute, 54-yard touchdown pass to Rashawn Matthews from Luke Cromenhawk, 21-12. So what an answer. New Hampstead's fighting, and then in a minute you take it right back.
Exactly. And, that was kind of the punch in the mouth that we needed offensively. Our defense had been doing it for us all night. Had 2 touchdowns to the offense's 0 there for a little bit. But the offense obviously turned it around and putting up points.
And then finally, right before the half, 37 seconds to go, 1 yard, Luke Cromenhawk. I think you called it right there. It's like, hey, just let him sneak it in.
Yeah.
He does, and they got 2, didn't mean to. Houston Jackson bobbled the snap, picks it up, runs it in for a 2-point conversion, 29-12. That's where we are at the half. But we talked about that, Stevie, the 5-minute drive right before the half. You get the ball back. That was kind of one of those statement drives that Danny Britt talks about a lot of times.
Discipline offensively, just very good play calling, really stretching the play clock, running some time off the clock in between plays, taking our time. We like to go fast. We love to be fast, but sometimes in those 5-minute offenses, when you're trying to control the possession to the end of the half, you got to kind of slow down and take your time a little bit. We did just that.
We are at the half. It's Benedictine 29, New Hampstead 12. They just announced the homecoming court and homecoming queen here to the home crowd. So always a fun night here on homecoming. We're coming right back. We'll get you ready for the second half right here on WatchBCSports.com.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. We also know that every play needs a plan. And if you're running with the best of them, you need the experience of a company that's been around since 1934. Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance proudly support our players and coaches because we know what it takes to build a winning team that you can count on when the game gets rough. Bernard Williams Insurance and Financial Services. Trust in the power of the Shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Halftime report. Cadets leading it 29-12 here at the half. Again, the first of region ball games next week at Burke County. Stevie Powers. Obviously, a lot more football to get to there. But coming out of this locker room here in just a little bit, obviously you want to take the football and go down and put more points on the board.
Yeah, come out fast, get back into the rhythm of the offense that they've been in here kind of latter part of the second quarter, and just put up points, get in your rhythm, kind of go down, score, give your defense a breather.
I want to give a credit. We don't talk about it enough, I think, but the offensive line has played pretty well. There was a couple of times where Luke got sacked, but there's also times where we called out on the broadcast where New Hampstead was bringing 6, maybe 7 guys, which just off the surface means you can't block somebody when you have an empty set. So, and they weren't able to get to him, even bringing an extra guy.
Yeah, well, obviously you have a mobile quarterback back there that can, if there are guys coming, he can get out of there and make a play. But the offensive line has given him all the time in the world so far, and they've done a phenomenal job.
And again, we'll see if that holds up here in the second half as well. As again, you're in region play now. Every game is that much more important for seeding, for all that goes in and kind of lays out your road to the championship, if you will. I know we're way too far out to be looking at that, but obviously you want the number 1 seed. You can play at home for as long as possible and possibly get chances to do that, and that's certainly been a benefit BC's enjoyed in the past. So don't want to take these games lightly for any reason.
Yeah, no, I enjoy doing this too, so I would love to be at home, right? No, yeah, it's hard not to look forward to that because, the past however many years now, we've had a very prominent playoff presence, and a lot of football games have been played here in Savannah at Memorial Stadium, and even back at Savannah State over there back in the day. But yeah, we've been spoiled. We've been very fortunate to have some playoff games here, especially around that Thanksgiving time. It's the best time of the year to play football, and hopefully we can set ourselves well.
And again, sorry.
No, just set ourselves up well for success there.
And again, at the half, it was brought up pregame, Stevie, but Coach Charlie Jung passed away in the off week there, and remember it's before the game, and a guy that has been around BC for a long time. You had a chance to play here while Coach Jung was here, and I want to give you a minute, but it was kind of rushed before the game, but just a minute to talk about him, and I know a lot of folks really missing his presence the last week.
Yeah, I get chills talking about him. He's somebody that's very, very, very present, very prominent in this community. He's given so much of his time, energy, and effort to this place for nothing in return, but just the satisfaction of doing it. And he lived an incredible, selfless life. He meant a lot to a lot of people, especially this program, and he meant a lot to me as well. So I'm very thankful that I was able to be a part of his life, to win a lot of games here, but more importantly, just the conversations, the wisdom, all the love and care that he poured into me and then into my wife and my son. In his early on in his life, he's going to be missed.
And I think that's the things that when I've heard folks talk about him, it's all the stuff that nobody would see,
right?
Except the folks who are obviously here on a daily basis. I mean, you see what happens on the field and all that, but all the things he did for the program that probably went unnoticed by a lot of people that weren't directly involved with it.
Yeah, first one to be there and the last one to leave. He's cleaning all the uniforms. Obviously, our guys get dirty, physical football players, and he's doing all the laundry, cleaning all the uniforms, taking care of all the equipment, managing that side of it. But he's also just there for you as a person, and that was ultimately what he cared about. And just how much he invested in these young men is second to none. And so he'll definitely be missed, mostly from that standpoint.
Coach Charlie Jung, again, remembered prior to the game here tonight as well. We've got another half of football to go. We're coming right back here to Memorial Stadium with the second half right after this on WatchBCSports.com. Welcome back here to Memorial Stadium as the Cadets warming up here just before the second half. Want to throw a quick reminder. We got the Coach's Corner post-game show coming up after the game, but another college football Saturday on the horizon. Head over to Coach's Corner there on Victory Drive in Thunderbolt, Georgia-Auburn tomorrow. I was talking to somebody before the game. That feels weird in September to say it's Georgia-Auburn, but it's happening.
Yeah,
Head over there to Coach's Corner. You can watch all the college football, including Georgia-Auburn, of course, NFL on Sunday. I think Falcons and Jags are Sunday in London.
Yeah, early morning, 9:30.
So I don't know if Coach's Corner, maybe John Henderson will get it open early. I don't know. But all the other NFL will be there on Sunday there at Coach's Corner as well on Victory Drive in Thunderbolt. We'll have the Coach's Corner post-game show coming up for you in two more quarters of football. So BC going to get the second half kick here. Obviously want to get off to a hot start and enjoy the homecoming festivities that are going to be taking place. And one, I don't know while we have a minute here, maybe you can elaborate. I'm interested in a lot of the traditions, but one I heard Coach Britt and Jack Holland talking about yesterday. They were like, hey, what time is the coffin burning? And I was like, what? Yeah. And apparently that is a homecoming tradition that happens there with the Cadets. What can you tell folks that may not know about that?
Oh man, that is one that goes way back to like the Bull Street days of Benedictine. Like that one's, we have this wooden coffin that we build, our guys build, and you paint kind of all over it the opposing team.
Just for homecoming?
Just for homecoming. Yep. And then we typically on Thursday night before the game, we have a big pep rally and all that at the school, and the players are announced, the cheerleaders do their thing, and then go out to the parade field and burn the coffin, big bonfire, everybody's out there hanging out. So it's a really cool tradition, especially the night before a big homecoming game. And obviously the whole entire week at school is filled with stuff. So it's really fun for the guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw that and I was like, huh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to be a part of. All the families are out there and everything, so it's really a time.
Absolutely. So, again, we are about a minute away from the second half getting underway. BC going to get the football back. Again, I think Wilkes Albert might still need 4 or 5 more tackles as he's in pursuit of that all-time career tackles mark. A couple of things to keep an eye on, Stevie Powers, as the team's out here in the second half. Did not see Jeremiah Thomas a lot in the second quarter. He was out there, just didn't have his helmet on, and Zach Maxwell kind of hobbled up after maybe an ankle injury. Had his, and now we see him here, and he doesn't have his pads on here in the second half, so it looks like Zach's not going to play in the second half. We'll ask Coach Britt after the game about that. But so a tough loss. You lose your most experienced corner, and Jeremiah Thomas makes so many plays for you on the interior of that defensive line. We'll see if he's able to go here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely a tough loss by Maxwell. Obviously, a fantastic play to get this game started. Unfortunate for him to go out the way that he did, but hopefully it'll just be a minor injury. It looked like an ankle or calf, so hopefully he can bounce back next week.
And again, we'll let you know about Jeremiah Thomas. I'm looking for him walking around. He's hard to miss wearing number 55, but I haven't spotted him just yet. Hopefully he'll be able to go here in the second half. Didn't appear like he was hurting too bad, but just noticed he wasn't in the ball game. And we'll see if he's back out there for the second half. BC's got their kick return unit on there. It'll be Nasir Samuel and Houston Jackson back deep for the Cadets. And we await on the Phoenix to return to the field. Cadets are going to go towards the north end zone, or the open end of Memorial Stadium here in the third quarter. And again, they lead at 29-12. It will be Jamal Brown to kick it off for New Hampstead. And he'll tee it up here on the 40-yard line. And if you want to become a member of the BC Athletic Association, they'd love to have you. A lot of benefits that come along with that. Visit thebc400.com for more information. Here we go, second half. Ready to go. They're going to onside kick it to start it off, and New Hampstead almost had it and knocked out of bounds. Who was it? Number 14, Sonnebind, had his hands on it. And kind of a delayed reaction by that front unit of BC. I think Coach Britt and a couple others were saying, hey, watch it, and kind of late reaction on that bounce.
Yeah, Coach Britt was trying to call a timeout. I don't even know if you can do that coming out of halftime. I really don't. But I know he was trying to call a timeout because they definitely saw something they were not prepared for.
So the ball went out of bounds at the 48-yard line of BC. That's where the Cadets will take over. So great field position, and you can see Kyle Hockman trying to steal a possession there in the second half. So great field position here for the Cadets underway here. And we'll see if they can go down and put points on the board. Looks like Jeremiah Thomas got the shoulder pads off down there. He's not going to play the second half. So a couple of big outages. Here's Bryce Baker off the right side into the Phoenix territory at the 48, a gain of 4, but a flag comes out. And I think this is going to go against BC, so that'll back them up. So 2 tough losses for the Cadets on defense. No Jeremiah Thomas, no Zach Maxwell here in the second half.
Hopefully these are some precautionary measures here. I think we have some guys that we can play tonight, to finish out this game and to get into Burke County week. Obviously a huge game on the road next week, so hopefully just giving those guys some well-deserved rest and some precautionary time off here.
You see Jeremiah Thomas walking around. He was kind of grabbing the back of his right leg, like the hamstring area, so you hope that's nothing too bad. Didn't seem to be too bothered by it, but hope it's nothing serious. 1st and 20 here for BC. They're backed up on their own 38 after the holding penalty. Trip receivers here to the near side. 1 receiver up top. Now they'll motion Bryce Baker up top as well. Here's the snap. Luke steps up in the pocket. It's got to be flushed out and breaks away from a defender and plows ahead to the 37. I thought he might have been called down when he put the football down on the 35, but they let it play out and give him a couple. Maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage, I should say. 2nd down.
not really where you want to start here coming off halftime. Second and a long way.
So on 2nd down and 20, they'll give it to Bryce Baker. He'll go off the right side, plow through, find a hole, get across the 40 to the 43. Give him a gain of 6 on 2nd down. It'll bring up 3rd down at about 14. Make it 15. So the Cadets are going to have to come up with a little 3rd down and long magic of their own. I think we talked about this in the first half, Steve. You had both of the long touchdowns for New Hampstead came on 3rd and longs.
Yeah, taking some shots down the field on 3rd and long for sure.
So 3rd and 15. The snap to Luke. Cromenhall looking.
He's got him deep.
Wind up, has the man up the right sideline, wide open. It is caught. Rashawn Matthews and out of bounds. At the 25-yard line. And that'll be a 1st down, a huge gain for Rashawn Matthews. And what's happening? Now they're going to wave it off.
Uh-oh.
And that'll send Danny Britt into another fit. And kind of a late call off. I don't know how they called him out. It looked like he caught it clearly in bounds and was kind of falling backwards and went out of bounds, but BC's going to have to punt the football. And I think that's what Coach Britt's question is he caught it in bounds and moved out of bounds. So that's a tough 3rd down. You see Luke Cromenhall even saying he caught the football. So now Connor Ferguson to punt this away on 4th and 15. Good snap. And kind of a wobbly punt from Connor. It'll hit and kind of check up at the 25, about the spot where Rashawn caught it there, the 24, and it'll be 1st and 10 for New Hampstead. So a tough series, as you said, coming out of the locker room. Kind of went backwards and maybe thought you had a big play dialed up and just didn't get the call.
Well, I think we did have a good play dialed up, and I think he did make the catch over there. I don't know where the late call came in or who even said it was incomplete, because the guy that was right in front of it said that the pass was caught. So just tough break. Didn't go our way, but reset, refocus here defensively, and keep playing the way that they have.
So 1st and 10 here for New Hampstead. 29-12 our score, 10:05 to go here in the 3rd. BC out in front. Here's Truel, the quarterback. Twin receivers up top, out of a gun. Takes a snap. They'll give it inside and bouncing ahead. Nothing doing. Wilkes Albert hit him first, cleaned up by number 59. That's going to be Blake Maxheimer. And again, a couple of new faces in there. You're trying to keep guys fresh on the defensive front because Cam Cody's had to slide down inside with Jeremiah Thomas out. You also have Arion Guyton in there at one of those rush ins. It'll be 2nd down and 8 here for New Hampstead, 9:24 and counting. Now motion to back out here to the near side. Truel looking to throw. It is caught. Hampton out at the 45 and shoved out of bounds by Marquis Williams. And boy, they are just finding him in all kinds of holes. Might have to bracket that guy the rest of the ballgame.
Yeah, he has to have over 100 yards at this point. He has done a phenomenal job getting open tonight.
And if there's been a hole in this Cadet defense, he's found it.
That's absolutely true.
And give Truel credit. He's dropping it in there on the money.
Oh, he throws a fantastic ball. There's no doubt about it.
9 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Phoenix driving out at their own 46. Here's the snap. They'll run it inside with Maxwell, and he'll go down. Cam Cody and a couple others. Arion Guyton bring him down. He gets into BC territory at the 49. It'll be 2nd down and 6. And this is where if you're BC, you can't let them score. Not because you don't have a multi-score lead, but they take up so much time.
They do. That
this is almost like an offensive win if you can get them off the field and they have to chew up 5-6 minutes to get down here.
Well, they take a lot of time in between plays, which runs a lot of clock. They do. I mean, they have a lot of time of possession for as much as they throw the football.
So second down here for New Hampstead from the 49. Here's the snap. Truell going to run it to his left, wind it up, let it fly, and caught. What a catch at the 32-yard line by Malachi Lonan. And that thing was a laser beam, and Lonan held on to it at the 32 for a first down.
Truell, again, rolling to the left, squares his shoulders up, makes a fantastic throw, and took a pop back there from one of our D linemen. Really good throw and catch.
He's played a heck of a football game here thus far. Now on 1st and 10, here's the snap. They'll stretch it out left side, try to turn the corner, and nothing doing there. Turn back. Looks like Larson Little back there on the tackle. It'd be second down and 9. They say Bryce Baker got a hat in there as well. Clock continues to run, 7:18 and counting here in the third. And again, bend but don't break would be a nice theme for the rest of this drive as New Hampstead's eaten up a good chunk of time here. And here's the snap on second down. Pump fake, winds up over the middle, had him again. Was looking for Hampton and just a little bit too tall. About a foot lower, he makes it right at the first down yardage. Again, BC had 2 or 3 guys that time, Stevie, watching him come across the field.
Yeah, I think that time was that bracket you were just talking about, trying to put some more hats around Hampton.
So third down, no doubt they'll probably be looking his way again. They put Maxwell, who's also been a nice target, and running back for him. You also got Horton, the tight end, in there. They've used a throwback a couple of times to the tight end. Here on 3rd and 9, let's see what they do. Truell, empty backfield, takes it. BC bringing some pressure. They run an underneath screen. Oh, what saving tackle, Bryce Baker at the 30. They give him the 29. If Bryce doesn't make that tackle, Hampton is going again. And he is slow to get up. He has had maybe just a shoe problem.
Anytime that BC defense needs to play, Bryce Baker's somewhere around it.
So 4th down, New Hampstead going to go for it. So this is what we're talking about. You've burned up almost half the quarter, more or less, and you may have nothing to show for it. Pistol look here for the Phoenix on 4th and 7. Here's Truell looking. Going to wind up, throw it over the middle. Has a man caught and brought down Wilkes Albert at the 8-yard line. And it was hauled in by Malachi Lonan. And a flag comes in. Is that going to be on? I know Wilkes and Malachi were kind of mixing it up a little bit. Is that going to be on Wilkes Albert?
It looks like Wilkes isn't too happy about it.
A little extracurricular after the play, maybe. And let's see what. We have a dead ball, personal foul against Benedictine. And the Cadets aren't going to like that. And that'll move it half the distance down to the 4.
There's going to be some extra running at practice there for that one.
Under 6 minutes to go here. In the third, here's the snap. This is going to be Hampton, who plows ahead to the 2, to the 1, and gets in the end zone. Wilkes Albert, that was Larson Little, just couldn't bring him down, and that's going to be a touchdown for New Hampstead. So, again, give the Phoenix credit. A heck of an answer coming out of the locker room, and they drive it right down the field. 75 yards and punch in a touchdown.
Going back to old reliable for the Phoenix. Number 2, Hampton has been that guy tonight.
A 3-yard touchdown run for Hampton. And now the Phoenix for the point after. Try to make it 29-19, a 10-point ball game. And the kick is up, and it is right through there and good. So 29-19 with 5:37 to go here in the third quarter. You are listening to the Cadets football on WatchBCSports.com. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Homecoming crowd, and it's quiet here for BC after the Phoenix go right down the field. Took up about 6 minutes. Stevie Powers and punch it in the end zone.
Yeah, I think that the play over there, that kind of the catch or no catch, right. Took a little bit of the wind out of us, but kind of have to keep playing, to have those mishaps or missed calls, whatever you want to call them, and get back in there and forget and move on.
.537 to go in the third. (29-19). And here's the kick. It comes up the left side at the 18. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Here's Nasir Samuel, 50, and tripped up into New Hampstead territory at the 47. He rolls ahead. They'll give him the 46, maybe even the 45. And great field position for BC on the Nasir Samuel kickoff return. So a nice answer on the kickoff sets you up in great spot.
Really good field position here. Starting off.
Off a return like that, do you come out and take a shot?
Well, I mean, with the way the game's going, you would like to have something that gets you the momentum back, right? I mean, I feel like we get a little bit and then they punch back. We get a little bit and they punch back. Luckily, our little bit's been enough so far tonight, but let's see if we can punch the ball in the end zone here and really start getting some separation.
Luke Kromenhoff leads him out here in plus territory. 5:29 to go in the third. It's a 10-point ball game. Cadets up 29-19. Here's the snap. Luke, all kinds of time, winds up over the middle, has him in, and couldn't hang on. He was looking for the tight end. That was John Lilly. Boy, he had two options there. Houston Jackson was running wide open on the other hash.
Well, there was your shot right there. We just missed him. That ball sailed just a hair on Luke, but he had two guys over the middle.
They've got DeBerry Green in at running back. Do the Cadets. They'll get lined up here quickly. Second down and 10 from the Phoenix 45. Here's Luke on a keeper, and he's going to get drugged down back across the 50, and that looked like a busted play. I think they wanted to counter back, and somebody missed the signal, and BC's going to go backwards.
Yeah, that was definitely a busted play. We had too many guys going in too many different directions.
So it'll bring up third down and 17. And the Cadet offense struggling to get something going here. Here's the snap. Here's Luke rolling to his right. Still looking. Lets it go. Over the middle. What a catch. Zach Edwards. That's going to be enough for the first down at the 32-yard line. He laid out.
Looks like we got a flag.
A flag back here at the 47. What a catch by Zach Edwards, though.
Incredible catch.
Holding against BC. So that's going to negate all of that. And now Bryce Baker going to come into the ball game. Wouldn't be surprised, maybe a screen here on third and forever.
Yeah, you either typically see screens or draws.
And Bryce certainly has the wheels to break it. Trips to the right. One receiver here to the near side. Snap to Luke. He'll fake it to Bryce. Bryce going to run the wheel route. They were trying to get it down. Oh, and Bryce broke free. Couldn't get it back to him. Luke going to get shoved out of bounds. He'll get 3 or 4 on the play. Shoved out of bounds at the 42. Boy, another half second, and Bryce was breaking free on that wheel route.
Absolutely.
Coming up the near side, but Luke was rolling away from him and couldn't get it back to him, but he fourth down and long. And again, very reminiscent of the first half where the first 2 drives you spent a lot of time going backwards.
Yeah, this has been, unfortunately for BC, this is probably the most penalties we've had all year in a single game. So we're just shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit.
Connor Ferguson to punt this football. Gets a good boot into that one. Going to chase way back inside the 20 at the 15. And good coverage by the Cadets. Brought down at the 22-yard line is Sonabin. That's where the Phoenix will take over. So now this defense, who again, been out here a lot already in the third quarter, got to try to get off the field here.
Yeah, I mean, they're wearing that defense down. There's no doubt that they're tired. Played a lot of football tonight, but we talked about it earlier. When one's not going, the other's got to go. Tonight it's been a defense having to go, and they've held their own for as long as they can. Let's hope they can keep it up.
And now you got Bubba Frazier out there on defense playing corner, so trying to make some changes again. No Zach Maxwell here in the second half. No Jeremiah Thomas along that defensive front. They've both been out since the first half. And so you're going a little deeper into that defensive, too deep than maybe you planned on in terms of number of snaps for some guys. And now it's 1st and 10 here for the Phoenix from their own 22. Truell out of a pistol. He'll take the snap. They'll run it straight ahead, and Arion Guyton meets him in the backfield. He'll drop him for a 2-yard loss. They'll give him a generous spot back to the original line of scrimmage, it looks like. I know we're on the far side of the field. I didn't think there's any way he got to the 23. They're going to say 2nd and 9.
Yeah.
Arion Guyton hit him at the 18 and kind of drug him forward a little bit. But 2nd down and long. I'd watch number 2, Hampton. They got him manned up over here on Bubba Frazier.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea to make sure he's covered.
And now they're going to have to change some coverage. And now you're going to have, looks like maybe Hanson man the safety out there in coverage. Oh, a bobbled snap from Truell. He has to pick it up and run it forward. He's brought down. Larson Little, Wilkes Albert on the tackle. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. .250 to go here in the third quarter. Big 3rd down play for this BC defense. Truell, empty set, takes a snap. Looking, winds up over the middle, caught, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down. Mekhi Williams. Who was it that caught that? That's going to be number 5, Malachi Lonan, and that'll move the chains. Boy, they have been huge on 3rd down all night long.
Yeah, they're doing a good job at converting those 3rd and longs. Just haven't found a way to stop them yet.
Clock continues to roll, 2:20 here in the 3rd. New Hampstead ready to go from their own 35. Inside give. Bryce Baker reads it. Couldn't bring down the tackle. Wilkes Albert missed a tackle. And diving ahead is Maxwell to the 42-43-yard line. Give him a gain of 8 on 1st down and bring up 2nd down and 2. Boy, 2 guys that you don't ever see miss many tackles. Bryce Baker and Wilkes Albert both missed him.
Maxwell hadn't got too many handoffs tonight, but that was a pretty good play right there. He's shifty back there for sure. We've done a good job of containing him, but just a couple missed tackles right there for a nice 8-yard gain.
So 2nd and short. Maxwell will stay in at running back in a pistol. Behind Truell on 2nd and short. They'll play action. Looking, Truell going to wind up, has a man coming over the middle, and it's going to be caught by Lonan, who'll walk it in for a touchdown. Wow. A 57-yard touchdown bomb to Malachi Lonan, and the BC crowd is stunned right now.
Can't take that away from Truell. I mean, that was just an absolute bomb of a throw right on the money. Had a guy running a deep post and just hit him right in stride. Got behind our secondary.
And again, a minute 25 to go in the quarter. This extra point will make it a 3-point ball game. So give New Hampstead credit. They are fighting and scrapping here on a Friday night. Point after is up, and it is no good. He missed it. So that is huge. A missed extra point makes it 29-25. BC going to get the ball back when we return. You're listening to Cadets Football on WatchBCSports.com.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Kevin Thomas alongside me, Stevie Powers, where the BC crowd stunned at this defense, which has played really well all season long. It's just been carved up in the passing game. And give Truell a lot of credit. He has found open receivers all night long, and the BC offense has really struggled to stay on track.
Yeah, they have. It's just been a tough, they keep shooting themselves in the foot with the penalties. Tough really getting it. There's been spurts where we get a little bit of momentum and a little bit of rhythm in our offense, but they just haven't done a really good job at just keeping that flow.
A minute 25 to go in the third. Here's the kick, left to right. A line driver is going to come down at the 12. Picked up by Nasir Shamo at the 20, 25. Nasir working 30, makes a man miss. Now dropped at the 32-yard line. And that's where BC will take over, and they need to go forward. And again, 2 drives here in the second half, reminiscent of the 2 drives to start the game. Behind the sticks, behind the sticks, behind the sticks. Yep. Yeah, you've missed a few calls maybe that feel like should have gone your way, but still tough to move it when you're playing behind the sticks.
Yeah, it is. It's really tough. I mean, when you're 2nd and 20, 2nd and 25, it's hard to move the football. I mean, the play calls become very obvious of what's coming. So see if we can get the ball, move it down the field a little bit, gain a little bit more of that rhythm back.
So 1st down and 10 from the BC 32. Here's Luke in a shotgun. 4 wides in the formation, straight drop. Luke's got all kind of time. Looking, has a man, and it is caught. Bubba Frazier, 40, 35. Spinning out of a tackle and now dropped at the 34 of New Hampstead. And that's a big play on 1st down to get something going here into Phoenix territory. Bubba Frazier from Luke Cromenhawk.
This is where Luke has to take over. Obviously, they've struggled offensively all night. We're getting beat on defense on some deep balls. Luke's got to do what Luke does right here and take over this football game.
A minute 1 and rolling. Here's the snap. Luke going to give it. This is an inside give. I believe that's Nasir. And he'll get inside down to the 31-yard line. Excuse me, that's to Barry Green going left side. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. So give him 2, 2nd and 8 to DeBerry Green. Here's the give again to Barry Green. Right side, makes a man miss. Inside the 30, dragging those feet and gets popped backwards. Boy, the Phoenix really bringing the lumber here late in the ball game. Inside the 30, though, to bring up 3rd down and call it about 4. Got to get to the 24-yard line for a 1st down. And I think Cadets are going to take this to the 4th quarter. 29-25. Benedictine out in front. They're trying to drive here, so we'll go to the 4th. You're listening to Cadets Football on WatchBCSports.com. Welcome back here to Memorial Stadium as we go to the fourth. And a little closer than maybe we thought it was going to be, Stevie Powers, the way this thing played out towards the end of the first half. But now the Cadets have a big third down here. Third down and 4 from the 28-yard line. They need to get just inside the 25. And again, you'd like, for nothing else, try to put points on the board, obviously, but to keep that defense off the field, which has played a lot of football tonight.
Right. Well, I think at this point, it's just, hey, let's pick up the first down and keep the chains moving. Don't worry about taking a big shot right now. We're in the fourth quarter. We got a 4-point lead. Let's just get another fresh set of downs here and continue to run some time off that clock and move the ball down the field.
4-point ball game as we start the fourth. BC will work left to right here in the fourth towards the fieldhouse end of Memorial Stadium. Here's Luke on third down. Looking, still got time. Winds up, goes to the end zone, has Bubba Frazier. Did he get it? No. Had pretty solid coverage there as Sonneman was in lockstep with Bubba Frazier. And now an interesting decision for Danny Britt. You are technically in field goal range for Connor Ferguson, but it's also 4th down and 4. Could you possibly go for it? Again, let Luke Kromenhoek do his thing here.
Yeah, honestly, I think this is 4-down territory here, just the way that the pace of the game is going. They're scoring fast, so we need to keep our offense out on the field. And at this point, we got to keep the ball away from them.
11:52 to go in the ball game. BC going for it on 4th down. 4th and 4. Here's the snap. Luke looking. Got some time. Now going to circle back. Luke is going to be sacked and thrown down back at the 34-yard line. And that New Hampstead sideline is fired up. Certainly all the momentum in this one right now. And that's a turnover on downs. And kind of surprised maybe he didn't do a rollout for Luke just to let him tuck it to get 4 yards. And just good coverage by the Phoenix that time, and pursuit caught up to him.
Yeah, really good coverage. They're playing with a lot of passion over there, a lot of excitement. This is what you get. You're going to get everybody's best shot every single Friday night when you are on this Benedictine side. So, this is expected. Every week you got to expect this. You can't overlook anybody. Not to say that we did coming into the week, but you can't overlook anybody, especially in region. So, got to keep playing and keep trying to make plays defensively.
Got to put some pressure on the quarterback here as well. 11:52 to go in the ball game. Cadets hanging on to a 4-point lead. 4-man front here for BC. Here's the snap. They'll counter back here to the near side. And here comes Hampton, and he'll be brought down. That's going to be Marquis Williams with an open field tackle out at the 38-yard line. Give him a gain of about 5 on 1st down. So again, burning clock. And been able to hit you with some big plays all night long. Yeah, this is a big stand here for this Cadets defense. 2nd down here for New Hampstead. Showing some pressure on the Cadets. Now they back out of there. They'll stretch it to the right side. And Cadets shut that down. Cam Cody and a host of others there to close that window. And it'll bring up 3rd down and about 5. Good pursuit that time. And now, Stevie, I think you, me, and about half the stadium knows who they're going to look for here on 3rd and 5.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's going to be Jalen Hampton. Let's watch where he goes. He's to the short side of the field in the slot. That will be the right top of the formation. So let's watch him. BC's walking up close. They got some linebackers in there. Now they back out. Oh, and BC just gave him a free 1st down. Arion Guyton and some others jumped off sides. And that should be enough to give him a 1st down, and that hurts. Had an opportunity to get off the field there. And that'll move the chains. 1st and 10 from the Phoenix 44-yard line. Cadets defense needs to bow their backs here. 10:20 to go. Here in the 4th quarter, BC hanging on to a 4-point lead. Here's the snap. Truell pump fakes, looking, going to try to tuck it, and down he goes. No, he gets out of there. Are they going to say he was in the grasp? Oh, and now a late hit way down the field. Not sure why they stopped it, unless they say they stopped the forward progress. And Mekhi Williams kind of, after they blew it dead, put a little body on the quarterback. New Hampstead fans didn't like that. I'm not sure what happened, but they marked the ball back to the 40. It'll be 2nd and 14.
Yeah, it looked like they blew the whistle a little early with kind of a crowd of hats around the quarterback, and he ended up breaking it out right as the whistle was blowing.
So here's the snap to Truell, empty backfield. Looking, steps up in the pocket, and he's going to be brought down. The ball's loose. BC says they got it. Who came out of there with it? It's Sam Gross. Sam Gross with the fumble recovery, and the Cadets are going to take over the possession in New Hampstead territory. And you can see on the near sideline, that's a play they needed badly.
Big time. I mean, that's the momentum swing right there. Defense needed that one big time. Third Scroggins back there to knock it loose. That's what happens when you put pressure on that quarterback.
He's been having time to pick you apart. That time didn't give him time. Now important to get points, even if you get 3. That would make it a full touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to get something right here out of this drive. We're in dire need of some points and definitely a larger lead.
29-25 your score, 9-14. Luke in an empty backfield will take a snap, looking. He's still got looking. He's going to wind up. He's going to take a shot. It's into the corner. LaDon Bryant, no! Had it broken up at the last minute. Who was in coverage? That was number 28, I believe. Number 18, excuse me, Will Williams. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Took their shot, had LaDon in man coverage.
That's the matchup you want. They just had really good coverage there.
BC lines up quickly. They'll put twin receivers up top. Rashawn Matthews at a pseudo tight end spot near side. They'll give it to Barry Green. He cuts back inside 35. Still driving those legs down to the 33-yard line. Give him a gain of 8 to bring up 3rd down and 2. And maybe the biggest, we'll probably say this from here on out, the biggest 3rd down of the ball game for this offense. Need to convert one of these things.
No, absolutely. Huge 3rd down right here. Again, need a fresh set of downs.
And they're going to go under center. Let's see if they let Luke do something here. They'll motion Ack Edwards. They'll give straight ahead to Barry Green. He's got the 1st down inside the 30. Down at the 28-yard line. Give him a gain of 4. And that just looked like old school BC football right there.
That was it.
So 1st down for the Cadets. Keep the clock rolling at 8:18. No motion Ack Edwards again here, though. Fake it. Luke's got time. Oh, they had LaDon open. Luke hit as he throws, and it's going to be underthrown. Boy, if he sees LaDon about a second earlier, he was running free, cutting across the field, and Luke took a shot as soon as he let go, and it didn't just have the mustard to get there.
Yeah, he just saw him just a hair too late. Gave that guy a split second extra to get to him.
2nd down and 10. Not sure why we have a stoppage here. Calls against New Hampstead. Did they have too many guys on the field?
I think they did. At least that's what it looked like.
So that'll be 5 free ones. They've yet to mark it off here. Really not sure what the holdup is. I mean, we've got the signal. You had illegal. Now they're going to mark it off. There's going to be a 10-yard penalty. They're going to put the ball down on the 14. So BC's going to have a first down here. 1st and 10 from the 14. Clock at 8:07 to go. Here in the fourth quarter, BC holding on to a 4-point lead. Luke Kromanock takes a snap to Barry Green, trying to find a hole, nothing there. And he'll get shoved back maybe a yard with the forward progress. I know the temptation is just let Luke air it out every time, but you're trying to keep him honest, obviously.
Yeah, no, it is. And I mean, when you get, it's hard to air it out when you're on the 13-yard line, you know.
So here's the snap. They'll give it Rashawn Matthews, trying to find something around the corner, nothing doing. Just a little jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage back to the 15, so it'll be 3rd and 11. Clock rolls at 7:20 to go in the ball game. And here's where you need a big play from somebody on your offense. 3rd and 11. Here's the snap. Luke's going to roll to his right. Still rolling. Looking, and he'll throw the ball back in the end zone too high. And a smart play by Luke, just ran out of room, and it was going to be LaDon Bryan or nobody, and I don't think LaDon could even get that high for it. And now you're going to kick it with Connor Ferguson. And I know Danny Britt talked about giving him makeable opportunities. I know they've tried a lot of 50-plus, and the one he missed a few weeks ago was at a really tough angle. This is from the left hash, and it will be 32 yards. So should be a makeable one here for Connor. If you can get all the parts working correctly. Out of the hold of Houston Jackson, left hash. 32-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up, and kick is in there and good. Connor Ferguson knocks it through and gives BC a 7-point lead once again. And the Cadets lead at 32-25. And we're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Big possession there for Benedictine. Makes it a full 7-point ball game. Stevie Powers and made a couple of big plays, got bogged down in the red zone, though, but more importantly, you put points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most important thing, right? They've had even even if they do go down and score 6, they've had a really tough time special teams-wise. So, again, it all reverts back to that. They should have at least 3 more points on the board, if not more, based off of special teams. So, hopefully our defense can come out, create another turnover. They've done a fantastic job taking the ball away from them, but we just got to eliminate the big plays.
32-25. The score tonight, 6:56 to go here from Memorial Stadium. Cadets trying to improve to 6-0 on the season, but they got a little ways to go before they can do that. Connor Ferguson, he'll pooch it up the right side, and it's going to go out of bounds again. And so one of those nights for the Cadets where you're trying to execute some things and just can't seem to go your way.
No, yeah, there's been some calls that haven't gone our way officiating-wise. Maybe some bang-bang plays over on the sidelines with catch or no catch. Obviously, we've had a lot of self-inflicted wounds with penalties. And then you got to tip your cap to the Phoenix. They've done a fantastic job with the big plays. They've had 3 or 4 really big plays that have turned into touchdowns. They've done a good job defensively containing Luke. So we just got to keep fighting, keep punching.
6:56 to go here in this one. Need a big defensive stand here by the Cadets. Here's the snap. Truell looking. He'll step up in the pocket, has a man. It's going to be caught out at the 48-yard line. That's good enough for a first down. Jartavius Malone, senior wide receiver for the Phoenix. And that will move the chains. And again, it's been a theme all night. Guys have been wide open.
Truell's done a really good job getting the ball out to some pretty open receivers.
6:42 and counting here in the fourth. Cadets up by a touchdown. Truell trying to direct traffic. Now they're set. He'll take the snap. Little inside give to Maxwell into BC territory. He's turned around and dropped. Looked like Wilkes Albert with the open field tackle there. Second down and 8. Second down and 8. Clock now at 6 minutes. Cadets needing a stop. New Hampstead still moving at kind of their regular pace here. Not in any hurry. 4 wides in the formation for Truwell. BC shows blitz. They're going to bring some. Stepping up and a sack. Bryce Baker and third Scroggins there to pile on top. And that'll push them back into Phoenix territory and make it second down and about 13. You saw the extra come.
Yep.
With Bryce Baker, and then he got there and third Scroggins helped to finish it off.
That's how you dial it up right there. You need your defense to make a play. Anytime we've gotten pressure on Truwell, he struggled. And, we brought some extra guys there. They were unmatched, and we got to them.
Big third down as the clock continues to roll. 5:17. Got to be able to get off the field. Both teams have all their timeouts. 4 wides. This has been a big down for New Hampstead all night on third and long. Here's the snap, Truwell. Looking. Hit as he throws. It's caught. Who else? Hampton over the middle. Still on his feet. He shakes out of a tackle. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. And on third and long, again, a 55-yard touchdown pass to Hampton. And an extra point away from tying this game up.
I mean, he took a thump back there in the backfield. Great job by Truwell. Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field, maybe to try to go for 2. Then Hampton with a broken tackle right there. Just another BC mistake.
A 40-yard touchdown pass, a 52-yard touchdown pass, a 32-yard touchdown pass. Or excuse me, a 55-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, he's got over 100 yards in just touchdown passes tonight.
Phoenix are going to go for 2 here to try to take the lead with 4:48.
Watch the quick slant.
Kyle Hockman wants a timeout. He tried to.
Looks like they're going to call a flag.
I think
illegal formation, or they have too many players.
I think they have too many players.
Oh, no flag. He's putting it back in his pocket.
Now they got 11 out there now. Nobody's run off. And again, if you're Kyle Hockman, nothing to lose here. Try to go for the lead. The way your team's played defensively, if you take the lead, you're going to make BC earn it. 4:48, they go for 2. 4 wides in the formation, out of a pistol, and they'll motion left to right, giving him trips to his right. Truwell out of a pistol. The 2-point conversion. Here's the snap. They look backside. Great defense. Bubba Frazier. They tried a little curl route, and Frazier was all over that, so they stop him short, 32-31. And that could loom huge. And again, now if you're Danny Britt, you get the ball back. They have all 3 of their timeouts. This is when you need a 4-minute drive to put the ball game away.
This is right here is exactly what you did going into halftime, right? You get the ball back around that 5-minute mark, put together a long drive that takes a lot off the clock, get some points on the board with less than a minute left.
And again, what a ball game. I don't know if anybody expected this from New Hampstead. 32-31.
Well, it's kind of like I said before. I mean, you're going to get everybody's best shot. I mean, we've established that. It's been like that for years now. And these are the type of games that you expect to play in when you come here. You're not going to blow everybody out. You're not going to put up, 50 a game or hold people to 0. There's other teams in this area that are really good football teams, and we ran into one tonight.
So now watch for a pooch kick. Looks like BC's got everybody within 15, 20 yards of the ball. They got a couple guys back deep. You got Luke Cromenhawk out there on the hands team. You got Stephen Cannon, the backup quarterback, out there. And Houston Jackson, they're both deep. And you got Bubba Frazier out there, Makai Williams. You got a couple of receivers out there. You're expecting a squib or something short. And let's see what they do. They're going to drive it deep, and it's going to what happened?
Had a guy.
Somebody went early for New Hampstead?
Yes.
So back it up 5 yards. And we'll do it again. So now BC's going to substitute a few guys. Cannon's going to come off. They're going to drop Bryce Baker back deep now. And they'll bring in John Lilly on that front line. You still have Luke Kromenach out there. Not too often do you see your quarterback on kick team.
That's great. And the backup.
That's right. So here we go. We'll do it again, this time from the 35. And they'll drive it right down the middle. It's going to be scooped up. Houston Jackson at the 25, 30, 35, trying to work near side, makes a man miss, trying to turn the corner at the 40, 45, and pushed out of bounds up near midfield. A great return by Houston Jackson. They wanted a flag coming in late. It wasn't a major hit, but they still got Houston Jackson after he got into the white paint. And they're not going to get it, but they will get the ball out near midfield.
Yeah, I think he was trying to pull up, made a little contact. I like the no call there, but.
And the Cadets have somebody down on the far sideline. Unfortunately, I think it's Wilkes Albert. And that's not something you want to see. Leading tackler, obviously close to breaking the BC tackles record. And hopefully this isn't anything too bad. The trainer's out there looking at him. Can't tell if it's a cramp or what they're working on with Wilkes. 4:36 to go in the ball game. So they're working on Wilkes out there at the 43. They're going to help him up to his feet. Let's see how he's walking. So Wilkes is walking off gingerly. Hopefully it's just a cramp. And he has played a heck of a ball game again, had a big scoop and score for a touchdown. And he's holding his helmet, so let's see if the offense can give him a breather. And out come the Cadets on offense. Wilkes appears to be all right. 1st and 10 right at the midfield stripe here for Benedictine. Here's the snap, inside give. This is Bryce Baker. He'll lean ahead and driving ahead, pulling a couple of Phoenix down to the 44. Give him a gain of, or 46, excuse me. Give him a gain of 4 on the play. And now Bryce Baker's helmet came off, so he's got to come out. So 2nd down at about 6. They'll bring Nasir Samuel back in. Bunch everybody up top. Here's a little counter. This is going to be Bubba Frazier. Gets a block 40, 35, 30 at the right side. This is 25 and rocked out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And a big first down for BC with 4:05 to go here in the 4th. Offensive line got a big push there and got a nice seal block on the right side. And they'll move the chains. 32-31, BC out in front, inside 4 minutes to go. It's been a heck of a ball game. Trips to the right for BC. Here's the snap. Inside give. Nasir Samuel tries to bounce back to the left. Has a hole. He's at the 15. Gets a seal block at the edge. At the 10. Makes a man miss. And trickles out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. That'll be another first down for Nasir Samuel, and BC will have first and goal from the 6, 3:32 to go here in the ball game. So first and goal here for the Cadets after a big run by Nasir Samuel, and BC doing exactly what they need to do here, pound the football. 3:15 and counting. Here's the snap. Inside again. Straight ahead. Nasir Samuel. Can he get there? He's at the 2. He's at the 1. Gets turned around. And they'll put him down about the half-yard line. Clock will continue to roll.
That almost works out a little bit better for us there. I mean, he doesn't get in, but on the flip side, we run a little more clock.
Now I think Kyle Hockman wants a timeout. And he does. So New Hampstead wants to talk it over. Their first time out of the half with 2:51 to go. And if you're BC, you need to punch it in here. And this might be another one where you just hike it to number 17 and say you're, 6'4", fall ahead.
Just let him fall forward, exactly.
Surprised Kyle Hockman maybe didn't save some of those for the offensive side of things, but trying to save as much time as possible.
Yeah, he still kind of let some clock run there for a second, but yeah, I guess, kind of hoping to have those timeouts in his back pocket when they get the ball back.
I tell you what, 3rd and 15 has been a great down for New Hampstead tonight.
Yeah, it really has.
(32-31), Cadets up by 1. And that's the number of yards they have to go to pay dirt here. Nasir Samuel, Ack Edwards out there. They're going to go with that flex bone look. They got a tight end, John Lilly to the right. Cromanhawk's going to go under center. Luke will turn around, give it to Nas. Nas powers forward. Did he get there? Yes, he did. Touchdown. Fire to cannons. BC in the end zone, and that's huge with 2:46 to go.
Well, we didn't get 17, but we still got 7, so we're good.
So a 1-yard run by Nasir Samuel puts the Cadets up by 7. This would make it 8 with the Connor Ferguson extra point. Still a lot of time, though, 2:46. New Hampstead's got 2 of those timeouts. The point after, snap, kick is up right through there for Connor Ferguson, and good. 39-31, BC up by 8 with 2:46 to go. We're coming right back for the finish of this one here on WatchBCSports.com. Welcome back here to Memorial Stadium. 2:46 to go in the ball game. Benedictine 39, New Hampstead 31. And the Cadets still got to play defense here. Again, a full possession lead. They can go for 2. They got to get in the end zone, obviously.
Yeah, their 2-point conversions haven't been very successful either, so hopefully we can keep them away from the end zone these last 3 minutes. But if they do find it, they haven't been good with the 2-point conversion. So
here's Connor Ferguson left to right to kick it off for the Cadets. He'll drive it, and this one is way back there in the back of the end zone. And New Hampstead will have 80 yards to go to give themselves a chance. Cadets got to keep them out of the end zone. And they've been kind of the walking wounded here. No Maxwell, no Jeremiah Thomas. And as of right now, trying to check, no Wilkes Albert.
Yeah, they're definitely banged up. There's no doubt about that. Got some guys on the sidelines with no pads on.
Wilkes is here on the near sideline. No Larson Little out there either. You kind of got some makeshift defensive units working here for BC. Empty set for the Phoenix. Here's Truwell looking up the near sideline, and good defense that time. Marquis Williams going one-on-one against Malachi Lonan. And we'll do it again, but they were looking to take another shot.
Yeah, they've gone to Malachi Lonan here in this fourth quarter a few times, and he's broken out some big catches.
Second down and 10, 2:42 to go. BC's kind of going more with one linebacker and playing that shell coverage. Empty set again. Here's Truwell. All kinds of pressure, and he will be brought down and sacked. Out across the 20. That was Arion Guyton bringing him down. Andrew Trammell coming down to help with the assist on the sack. But Arion Guyton just got the bull rush off the edge that time and brought him down. It'll be 3rd down and 9. So officially, I guess, a gain of 1, not a sack, but a big 3rd down play. And this has been trouble for the Cadets all night. They haven't been able to get off the field.
This has been the Achilles for us all night long. Let's see if we can get off the field right here.
2 minutes to go and counting. 3rd down and 9. 5 wides in the formation. Trammell with the snap. BC bringing pressure. They hit him as he throws. Way incomplete. I believe it was Trammell on kind of a delayed blitz. And now New Hampstead is going to have to go for this, I would imagine.
Yeah,
We've
absolutely.
only got 2 timeouts. And if you punt it away here, you're on your own 21, but if you punt it away, you may not get the ball back.
Yeah, they're definitely not punting. Definitely not punting. It's all or nothing here. Starting to really dial up some pressure here in these last couple of possessions and putting Truwell in an uncomfortable situation. Really good job by the defensive coordinators.
So 4th down and 9, 1:54 to go in the ball game. Truwell's all by himself, trips up top. Jalen Hampton's up there in the slot. Here's the snap. Trammell looking, winds up over the middle. It is caught. That's going to be a 1st down. Unbelievable. Out at the 32-yard line. And there is no quit in the Phoenix. And that was a big-time throw and a big-time catch because Lonan was covered nicely and was able to haul it in. So 1st and 10, 1:43 now and counting as they set the chains. Phoenix might have to pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, their slow play here is going to come back to bite them if they don't speed it up here.
So here's the snap. Looking Truwell, and he's going to be, sack. What a shot. Boy, that's one that just got teed up. Andrew Trammell. 3rd Scroggins had him. I think Bryce Baker had him, and he was just kind of stationary, and Trammell took a shot.
That was a big shot there. That was a statement shot almost.
And Kyle Hockman wants a timeout. It'll be 2nd down and 14. And more importantly, you got one of those hits on the quarterback. Yeah, kind of knock him around a little bit.
It was a clean hit, too. He's a big physical guy, man. I mean, it's a lot to bring him down, but got a clean hit off, and it was a good one.
1 minute, 16 seconds. The scoreboard says 2, but I believe New Hampstead should only have 1 timeout left. Unless this is an injury timeout. They have a player over there stretching, but I thought Kyle Hockman called timeout. We'll watch it and see. As the injured Phoenix is helped to the sideline. As long as number 2, Jalen Hampton's out there, they got a chance. He's had a heck of a night.
He has.
He is lined up opposite of Bubba Frazier, who's kind of been designated to stay with him. 1:16. 2nd and 13. Here's the snap. Truwell looking. Winds up, throws, and they were looking for him over the middle. That being Jalen Hampton. Bubba Frazier was in coverage. And I think that was maybe a throw from the play before as he kind of rushed it a little bit.
I don't think he's been off target at all tonight, and that one was definitely out of character for him in this game.
So 3rd down and 14, a minute 12. And again, this has been a problem area for the Cadet defense tonight, as New Hampstead has converted on a number of 3rd and longs here in this ball game. Here's the snap. Truell looking to his right, and he's going to be sacked. 3rd Scroggins. Oh, he gets the ball away, and it's going to be short. Had a receiver out there, Malachi Lonan. Boy, 3rd Scroggins got a lick on him.
They're getting to him now. They wore down that offensive line, and now our edge rushers are able to get to him.
Shows you how big a dude Truell is. 3rd Scroggins put a good lick on him and still didn't get him down. Truell, 6 foot, 210. This is the ball game right here.
Yep.
4th down.
They've been able to convert these 3rd and 4th and longs all night. So biggest one of the game right here. Let's see if we can get off the field.
Ball's on the 29 of New Hampstead. They need the 42-yard line to keep it going. So here's the snap. Truell going to be flushed. Back in the pocket, trying to get rid of it, and throws it to nobody, and incomplete. 3rd Scroggins had him. Arion Guyton had him. And that's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Cadets are going to escape tonight. Stevie Powers with a big victory. Wasn't pretty, but in 50 seconds, you'll be 6-0.
Yeah, no, not pretty at all. Hats off to the Phoenix tonight, man. They really brought their A game, played extremely well, especially offensively. Had some really, really big explosive plays. Hampton and Truell had a heck of a night. That was a really fun combination to watch. Hey, good teams find a way to win, and BC's going to escape tonight with a win.
So 57.4, New Hampstead put a heck of a scare in the Cadets tonight. We'll chat with Danny Britt post-game, get his thoughts. Again, a night where the Cadets are banged up a little bit. Wilkes Albert didn't play the final couple of minutes. No Jeremiah Thomas, no Zach Maxwell on defense there in the second half. And Luke's going to kneel on it. And timeout, Kyle Hockman going to use a timeout. And so you can't take him on the bus with you back to New Hampstead, so they're going to use a couple of those. But Stevie Powers, I'm sure you know this as well. Good teams win even when it's not pretty.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got to find a way to win sometimes. And some nights, man, you come out, you're just sluggish, and it is what it is. It's just one of those games, whether it's a tough week at practice. Tonight, we're super banged up. So, I mean, we just had to find a way to win, had to have some guys step up. That D-line and those edge rushers did a phenomenal job the last 2 or 3 drives of the game that New Hampstead had the ball.
So out of the timeout, BC going to take another knee. And there's the snap. And
no.
And now some extracurricular after the play. And the Cadets taking exception to that. And I think Luke, good leadership there by, who's that, Jacoby Ward, big offensive lineman. He's getting everybody back. And again, you understand some of the frustration by New Hampstead. Hey, they played a heck of a ball game. It just didn't happen for them, but can't lose your cool here in the last few minutes. Same for the Cadets. And I don't think they're going to snap it again. They're going to go line it up.
Yeah, BC's got a lot more to lose than New Hampstead does, that's for sure. So they had an incredible fight. New Hampstead did. Again, found a way to win, and we're 6-0.
Cadets improved to 6-0. New Hampstead will drop to 2-3, but a heck of a performance by the Phoenix tonight. And really, I think this was a team effort by BC. You had to figure out a way to win a couple of defensive scores tonight. It's going to be tough to pick a player of the ball game because the defense played well, but also had their vulnerabilities all night long, and then the offense kind of did just enough to get the job done for you.
Yeah, no, it is going to be definitely difficult. But like you said, I mean, we finally we played in a very tight game. We played in a few of these early in the year, so we're getting good exposure to that. But find a way to win. You're 6-0. We have a lot to look at on the tape and to get ready for next week.
And again, the travels take you to Waynesboro and Burke County next week, and that will certainly be a tough test. And this will certainly get you refocused for next week with that ball game. But BC's going to win it 39-31. We'll come back. We'll have the Coach's Corner post-game show for you here, and a conversation with Danny Britt right here on WatchBCSports.com.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. We also know that every play needs a plan. And if you're running with the best of them, you need the experience of a company that's been around since 1934. Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance proudly support our players and coaches because we know what it takes to build a winning team that you can count on when the game gets rough. Bernard Williams Insurance and Financial Services. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Welcome back here to the Coach's Corner post-game show here at Memorial Stadium. BC wins it 39-31. Kevin Thomas and Stevie Powers. Again, Coach's Corner, the place to be for all your college football tomorrow. Georgia, Auburn, and all the big games going to be going on. Georgia, Auburn, 3:30. Coach's Corner, the place to be. So many TVs, plenty of places to watch, great food, and the coldest drinks there in town on Victory Drive in Thunderbolt. And tonight, again, we said it a lot in the second half. It wasn't pretty. But you got the job done, and for good teams, you got to have some of that, right? Sometimes the kind of the motto of the season is focus, and certainly going into Burke County, I would think you have some of that, given kind of the inconsistency with the way you played. Defensively played well at times, but also got exposed a lot in the pass game.
Yeah, definitely. They took some shots all over the field tonight, and they connected on a lot of them. But we had 2 defensive turnovers. That was great. Obviously playing a little shorthanded from the starting lineup side, so we got enough to get it done, and that's all that matters at this point.
It's almost that you treat these as like survive in advance. Like the NCAA tournament or something. Like, hey, we made it. Let's regroup. And tomorrow starts a new week. But let's talk first from the defensive side. Your standpoint, as you said, got a pick 6, got a scoop and score. And the way it kind of started, we're like, okay, the defense is going to have to go win you a ball game. And tonight, the offense stepped up when we need to. But let's start defensively. They really, when they needed to play, it seemed like the defense stepped up for you.
Yeah, they did. They did a fantastic job. I mean, obviously, offensively, when you're struggling like that, you need the defense to step up. And the first 2 touchdowns of the game were scored by the defense. So that obviously helps tremendously. They finished, kind of got a lot of things going on in between those first couple of drives and the end of the game, but they closed it out pretty well.
And again, at the end, you needed to stop, get off the field. You finally shut it down with some great pressure on 3rd and 4th down to end the ball game. So it's one of those, keep fighting, keep scrapping, and they came through for you. And again, a big way defensively at the end.
They did. Thurge Croggins came up with a lot of really good plays there on the as an edge rusher. Really wore down. I think that offense spent a lot of time on the field, that Phoenix offense did. And that O-line got really worn down towards the end of the game. We did a good job finally getting to the quarterback.
Offensively, it took you a while to kind of find the rhythm. I know you've been in ball games where you just – I don't know if you go on the sideline and go, fellas, we ain't got it tonight. Or if that's – that's kind of putting it bluntly. But what do? They kind of seemed like when they needed something to happen, it was we're going to go old school BC football. Old school, new school, if you will. It was like, hey, we're going to let Luke run it. We're going to run some interior type stuff and work inside out, and that kind of got them back on track a little bit.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just have to kind of go back to the run game a little bit and hold on to the ball for a second, right? When you're going 3 and out, like we did on the first couple of drives. We're in 3 plays in the first quarter. You don't have a lot of time to get your feet underneath you, especially in a homecoming game with a big crowd against a pretty good football team. So I think they did a good job kind of finally getting into a rhythm. We sputtered all night, but just like you said, we found a way to get it done.
And again, the mark of a good team, I'm sure Coach Britt will say, yeah, we did. And I'm interested to hear what he has to say about that. But they got it to within 1.
Yeah.
You stop the 2-point conversion, give Kyle Hockman a lot of credit going for the win, take that lead. But when you needed to, you took the ball right back and marched down and got points.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he was like actually going for the win or if like they just weren't confident in their special teams because they had some struggles there all night, which again took points away from them. But again, kudos to our special teams, right? We talked about it all night. It's just a huge weapon to have that third phase of the game and to win that part of the football game, and we did tonight, and that made a difference.
Yeah, and the offense comes down and scores with the 2:46 left. Nasir Samuel punches it in for a 1-yard touchdown run, and again, offensively, a little bit of regrouping tonight for next week. You're going to need a better performance, I think, going up against Burke County next week. But when you needed to play, I guess at the end of the day, you made some.
Yeah.
And if you're going to say, hey, we're going to be a championship team, to me, that's the mark of where it doesn't matter what sport you're talking about. When you have an off night, when you need to play, you make one. And tonight they did that.
Yeah, no, Luke connected on some good passes tonight. Like you said, when we needed to play, we made them. We made just enough plays, maybe 1 or 2 more than the Phoenix did tonight. But definitely have a lot to go back and look at tape-wise for the week to get ready to Burke County.
And again, you look at recapping the scoring. Zach Maxwell, 65-yard interception return, got things started. Wilkes Albert, I don't think he got the tackles record tonight. Maybe came a little bit short, but did have a 25-yard scoop and score early in the ball game. Rashawn Matthews, a 54-yard touchdown run. You had Connor Ferguson finally got on track a little bit with his kicking, 32-yard field goal, and Luke Cromenhawk had a 1-yard touchdown run. Nasir Samuel, so you kind of spread it around a little bit tonight with the scoring. And again, I think there's plenty of credit and plenty of, hey, we got a lot of work to do, as we talked about a lot, to go around. What's it look like? You've been around Danny Britt. You play a game like this. What does Monday practice look like after a game like tonight?
Not fun. It was sloppy. We played a sloppy football game. We did some good things, but we did a lot of bad things. So I think Coach Britt's really going to kind of, hey, we got to zone back in. We need to make sure we're not overlooking anybody moving forward. Definitely can't overlook a Burke County team at their place next Friday night. So for Coach Britt, he'll go back to what he's always done, which is get back, watch the film, make sure, hey, we got to eliminate the penalties and the big plays, and we'll be fine.
Time now for our Cool Vibes Pizza player of the game. It was a tough one tonight because you had some guys that made some big plays. You had a defense that was a little shorthanded. Offense was kind of spitting and sputtering around, and Stevie and I both decided, hey, when the game was on the line, depleted defensive front, Wilkes Albert wasn't out there at the end of the ball game. Zach Maxwell, third Scroggins stepped up. The last couple of drives really put pressure, made some big hits, got a big sack on the quarterback. We're going to make third Scroggins, or Herbert Scroggins, the third he goes by, third Scroggins, our player of the game.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job. I mean, he got to the quarterback other times throughout the night, but really those last 2 to 3 series, especially the last one, he just did a really good job of beating his guy in one-on-one and getting to the quarterback. And anytime we can make Truell uncomfortable back there, he was either making a mistake or an incomplete pass, which there wasn't very many of them, but there were enough. So he did a fantastic job.
I think third was the guy that got there early when Trammell came and really laid that hit on the quarterback late in the ball game as well. So third Scroggins, our player of the game, our Cool Vibes Pizza player of the game, really stepped up when you're down stars. Somebody's got to step up, make the next play, and he certainly did for that defense. Again, you're talking about at every level. Jeremiah Thomas, interior of that defensive line, has been, a guy that could eat up 1 or 2 guys. Cam Cody had to slide down there for most of the ball game. Zach Maxwell, your most experienced secondary piece, went down in the first quarter. You missed him the rest of the ball game. Wilkes Albert, game-defining drive, was not out there. He had got banged up. So somebody had to kind of step up and answer the call, and then third did that tonight. So he is our Cool Vibes Pizza player of the game. We'll come back. We are taking a quick look around. There's Coach Danny Britt. He's making his way up here to the press box. We'll have a word with Coach Britt, get him ready for Burke County as well. Don't forget the Danny Britt Show every Thursday at Bowtie Barbecue at 12 noon, and we'll have a lot to talk about there as well. But we'll chat with Coach Britt when we come back right here on WatchBCSports.com and the Coach's Corner postgame show.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Welcome back here to the Coach's Corner post-game show. We are awaiting Coach Danny Britt to join us up here for his post-game conversation as we get ready for now Burke County 6-0 and another tough region game next week. Burke County, for what it's worth, you get all these multi-class rankings that come out. Burke County and Wayne, who's also in this region, both moved into the top 25 this week. And Franklin Stevens, longtime head football coach around the state of Georgia, has got them playing really good football. So another tough challenge next week, Stevie.
Yeah, especially on the road. Those Burke County, Wayne County games being on the road this year, those are some really tough opponents. Obviously, we've played a very difficult schedule up to this point outside of the region. We had it tested tonight in region play for the first game of the year. So we'll see how we can regroup next week, get to the tape, and fix some mistakes and get ready to go on the road.
And again, we'll see if you can get healthy as well with some guys that are beaten and banged up. Coach Danny Britt has made the way up here to the Coach's Corner post-game show after his cadets defeat New Hampstead tonight 39-31. And Coach Britt, you told us, and you step over here a little bit this way, you told us there on Thursday, hey, people discount this region. We got good football teams we got to go out and beat. And I know it wasn't pretty on either side at times for you tonight, but that team pushed you to the limit tonight.
Yeah, New Hampstead did a great job. Coach Hopman did a great job. Tons of credit to them. I don't know that we're a good football team, to be honest with you. So right now we just got exposed, and we're not very good in a lot of ways. So either we'll get better, or it'll just be what it is. Yeah,
I was going to say, Steve and I kind of talked about it for a lot of the things that happened good for your football team. You had 2 defensive touchdowns tonight, but 3rd and long, and really their passing game found a lot of holes against that defense tonight.
They did. They found holes and some very basic things that schematically, again, Coach Hopman did a good job of dialing it up, but then we've got to be able to adjust, and we never once adjusted. And I don't mean schematically, I mean by the players.
Offensively tonight, kind of spitted and sputtered around a little bit. We were talking about it. You only had 3 plays in the first quarter.
Right.
I think your first 2 possessions, I think half the second quarter was over, and you had 6 plays. How hard is it to get on track that's just kind of how the flow of the ball game went with the defensive scores, but how do you kind of get on track when that kind of stuff's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard, and we've had that quite a number of times this year. It's just been weird, which in ways is good. Like we've scored on defense and done different things that are really good, or gotten turnovers really short yardage to get scores. So, but it just has really gotten limited our offensive plays. So it's kind of weird, but it's happened a lot, and it just really kind of puts you in the mud.
I was going to say, does it make you anxious offensively? Like I was talking about this with Stevie, where there's so much talk about the players you have on this team. You kind of almost expect, we'll just go throw a 30-yard pass and score a touchdown.
Right.
And it doesn't work like that a lot of times. But when you just aren't out there, how hard is that to keep from getting nervous? Like, hey, we haven't done anything, but we haven't had the football. We need to go make magic happen in the next 30 seconds or what have you.
Right. Yeah, it definitely does. It makes you anxious, and then you try too hard, and you try too much. And I mean, we did that on a number. We did it in offense. We got outside of our lane and did something. Okay, well, I got to make this big play, so I'm going to do something else. A number of guys did that. Defensively, we would do that. Like, well, they're hitting this, so the guy'd come off his coverage and try to do something else, and then leave somebody else wide open. So that's part of it. But yeah, we've got to be mature enough not to do that. Just do your job, stay steady at doing your job, and then and if it isn't you, then allow somebody else to make the play.
Coach, defensively, I don't know how much you know at this point in the ball game, but at every level you were missing, at least the last part of the game, you were missing Jeremiah Thomas, Zach Maxwell, who both didn't play the second half and missed most of the first, and then Wilkes got banged up right before the end. So your last defensive series one of your key guys at every level wasn't out there. How are those guys? And is that something that's just maybe a day-to-day thing as far as you know at this point?
Yeah, I don't really know. I think, Wilkes, I think, would be fine. I think that was more of an ankle deal. Jeremiah, apparently, from what I hear, was just doing something stupid today and hurt himself earlier today. So, which falls in line, unfortunately. Zach, I don't know. It was Achilles, and obviously he went down and could not come back. So that one is definitely a concern.
And again, focus has been the mantra of your
Right.
team. I imagine you have it now after this ball game.
Well, if we don't, we'll never have it. So we better have the focus. We better dial in, or it could get ugly. But we're going to do that. We're going to dial in. We're going to get focused, and we're going to make it happen and get better.
End of the day, this may not be a good thing, but good teams figure out a way to win, and you did that. You're 6-0. Is that I guess the base thing you can take from us? Hey, we did find a way to win the ball game, and when we needed to play, we got one.
Right.
But
no, I told them that. I said one. I mean, I think defensively, when we had to, we found a way to make the stop. Offensively, when we had to, we found a way to both score and then get the field goal. So we did what we had to do. So there is something to be said for that. And I told them that, and try to go enjoy the win, but know that things are going to have to change.
And again, you get ready for Burke County next week. Coach, we appreciate the time, 6-0, and we'll talk to you Thursday at Bowtie Barbecue. Thanks so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Coach Danny Britt joining us up here post-game as, again, the Cadets improved to 6-0, 39-31 as they win over at New Hampstead. And as you heard me say, we'll be with Coach Britt on Thursday at Bowtie Barbecue. Join us every Thursday at noon, either at Bowtie Barbecue. You can go to our YouTube page or watchbcsports.com. If you're on our YouTube page watching right now, like and subscribe. You'll know when we go live each and every time. So for Stevie Powers, I'm Kevin Thomas. Final score again, Benedictine 39, New Hampstead 31. We will see you Thursday for the Coach Danny Britt Show, and then see you next Friday from Waynesboro for Burke County and Benedictine. We'll see you next time right here on WatchBCSports.com. Have a great night, everybody.